Okay. All right. So, Vampire the Masquerade, Chicago, episode 9 billion. Which I say every time as I look up the exact number, which is
59.
Drum roll, please. Is it 59? It is indeed 59. Right after Nesting Instinct, which actually is like one of the highest viewed bits of content on the channel right now.
Wow.
Oddly
It's
enough.
not even me.
Right.
I watched it like 2 times.
Wow. Okay. So
because I've had to do my research. So
right, as you do. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is episode 59. We don't have a name for it yet because we don't know what's going to happen. But soon we will. So let's do a recap. What happened, Charlie?
Wow, me.
Imagine.
Okay, so we rescued some vampires from O-Block. And we also we tried to take down some Sabat, but they ended up getting away because Bells is a ditzy. No, she's just Bells. And she doesn't think ahead. But one day she will.
One day she will.
And I hope I'm alive to see that day.
Yep.
So what else do we do? Okay, so the woman, what's her name? Taekwon,
yeah.
Taekwon. She has been captured by us after she had captured some of what's his faces.
Right, some of Kevin Jackson's
people. People. Then we ended up being in front of the prince, and he's kind of speaking on behalf of us to get everyone to rally together so that we can fight the Sabat.
Right, and they're trying to get you some resources and things. Right, and did you get any resources given to you? But you do have a meeting with Inyanga coming up, I believe.
Yes.
She was like, right. Okay, so long story short then, you leave the prince's chambers and head out through security and get on the elevator where you meet your favorite elevator serviceman. I can never remember his name.
Frankie. Yeah.
I'm going to actually write that down this time.
Oh, and I asked
Frankie.
I asked the prince if I could turn Jules into a vampire.
Right, and he said that he wanted to meet her first, didn't he?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
I got to talk to Jules first, of course.
Yeah. Elevator guy. Frankie. All right. So you get in the elevator, you go down and you get in your vehicles. Which vehicle are you taking? Which were you on? Remember?
We went with, I didn't take my hippie van. I'm pretty sure it was,
I took Vincenzi.
Okay, so Vincenzi's sitting downstairs in the car as you approach. Car stinks of cigarettes.
Oh, what's her name? The lady with the helicopters.
Tyler.
She offered helicopters, but she's going to have to be paid for it. She said, I think that was the gist of it.
Right. But I think she's expecting to be paid by the prince.
Okay.
So, that's not such an issue for you at this point. Okay.
Chase, I kind of want to stay here and wait for Inyanga.
Who's Inyanga?
A very important elder.
Oh, okay. I don't know about that.
That's all right. It's all right. You're not expected to know everything, Virginia.
Do you mind if we just wait here a bit?
What?
No. I could do with a bit of a
Keep
breather.
the meter running.
He turns the meter on.
Yeah.
The meter's running.
Excellent. Just put that on Chase's tab.
I'll put it on your tab, Chase. There you go.
It's all right. I'll put it on my tab then.
Okay. Well, I heard a rumor, actually, that you made a lot of money recently, so, it should be no problem for you, right?
It's no problem. No problem.
Good. I got a couple of other sort of expenses that I've been thinking about asking you about, actually.
What's
No.
that?
So I was thinking maybe we could start up some kind of fund.
What, for you?
Oh, fun.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Like the kind of fund that I could use for things like replacing vehicles, replacing, everything from ammunition, guns, and all that shit, right up to like, federal law enforcement.
Vincenzi?
Sometimes you gotta pull some strings.
Vincenzi.
Yeah.
See, Jules.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. But I was thinking maybe if you said something to Jules first, and then
I've got to talk to her tonight anyway.
she and I don't always see eye to eye. She's and the way I see it, she's got her head. It's kind of in the clouds. She's thinking about high finance and businesses and all of that stuff. And when I say I'm looking for some money for whatever it is I need, and she's like, well, that's just pocket change. Go and ask Chase. And she's very tight on the old budget and so on. So I'm thinking maybe if you say something to her like, Vincenzi needs a private fund for running the operation, maybe she'll be open to the idea that sometimes I gotta have a fast car, sometimes I gotta have certain kinds of radio telephones, sometimes we gotta have some GPS trackers. That shit is not cheap, and my sources for that stuff, they gotta get paid, otherwise they come after us.
Vincenzi?
Yeah.
I'll do that tonight, all right?
Right on, Chase. I really appreciate that.
Cool. I'll get right on it. Anything else you like?
Oh,
A house in the Hamptons?
probably a stipend.
What the heck is that?
Stipend. It's like kind of amount of money that you get given every day. That's not counted as part of your actual pay package. That way you don't get taxed for it, It's just kind of comes out of what they would call maybe petty change, something like that.
I will arrange it.
And that's for like things like cigarettes and whatever.
All right, cool.
Cool. You can make insight checks right now if you like.
Okay.
What? Okay.
I've never been.
Is it charisma? Wait, what is it?
Insight. Oh, right. Charisma and empathy. Yeah.
Wits?
Sure.
Resolve?
Oh, the fuck, this is...
What is it?
Right. Okay, well, we better figure that out right now.
Yeah, is it resolve?
Right, gonna be...
Why do they have to change the names of stuff?
Honestly, they change it for the better, in my opinion, but it's just hard getting used to it.
On the whole, it's better. There's a couple of things I still don't like larceny is a bit annoying.
It's been that way for a while, if I remember correctly.
Larceny as opposed to streetwise.
I've seen larceny in other World of Darkness games.
Okay.
Older than this one.
Okay.
Anyway, let's have a look.
All right. Well, in this case, actually, they've got streetwise and larceny. Isn't that interesting? What's really annoying is you can't just click on it and it pops up and tells you what it is, which D&D Beyond would do. Damn it! Probably books on Roll20.
But you see, Vampire has always tried its best to be as awkward as it could possibly
Resolve
be.
is focus and determination and measures concentration and mental fortitude. I don't know.
I would go with wits. Wits, and let's try larceny just for the sake of it because it's amusing.
Okay.
Whoop.
Oh God.
3 successes total?
I don't know.
2 hunger successes.
Oh my
and
God.
1 straight success.
Okay, no 10s though. No 10s.
Probably not.
So we're okay.
Find out what the numbers were.
What does that mean?
You hover
English?
over them.
Oh, right. That's annoying.
8 plus 4 plus 9.
8 plus 4 plus 9.
And
okay.
9. Yeah.
I'm
quite hungry.
I suspect there's more to what he said, but he's keeping his lips tight on the matter.
Even Genzi.
Yeah.
What's really the matter here?
No, nothing. There's no matter. No.
What do you want the money for? Are you in trouble?
No. Come on. Chenzi. That's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
Genzi,
What?
I can get the truth out of you if I want to, but I'm going to ask you one more time.
What?
What's up?
Nothing. I just want some cash flow, so that I don't have to spend all my money from, my house, my mortgage, all of that kind of shit. I got 3 kids, they're grown-ups, but that's not the point. They always want money. There's always asking about, Joey's birthday's coming up, and I need some money for that, and then you can throw me a party, and then I need a car for the 15-year-old, and fucking whatever, all of that shit. Family.
How do you do it?
I have all day, and I don't sleep. Well, I don't sleep much.
Jindy, soon I'm going to have several businesses. So how about I hire them?
You hire them? What?
Yes.
Kids?
Your children. Yeah.
No.
Probably not a good idea.
What if they get killed?
Well, no, I don't either. No, I mean normal businesses like shops and car sales and things like that.
I hate to tell you, but these kids have very specific tastes. One of them wants to be a movie director, one of them wants to be an architect, and one of them is a software developer. And they got their own businesses. The fact that they're failing is not important.
I'm going to be starting a movie thing of my own.
Oh, well.
A movie company, so I could help them there.
Well, look, we'll think about that then. That could be a thing.
What I'm saying is, if you really, really, really need my help, I'm here.
I know that. That's why I'm asking you for money.
Okay, I'll give you money.
Should we give Vincenzi a hug?
Oh, God, no.
Come here.
30 minutes to yourselves. You don't touch this. This jacket is Louis Vuitton. Why
would you need money from Chase if you're wearing Louis Vuitton?
Because I got it secondhand from an op shop, but that's not the point here. And it's 5 years old.
You look very nice.
You see Inyanga come out from the elevator exit into the underground car park.
I'm gonna run after her.
The parking lot, as they say. And so you get out of the car and you go running off after her. And she sees you as you approach. Ah, well, belladonna.
Hi.
I suppose this means
Are you okay?
Or have to make that phone call.
I couldn't help. I couldn't help but stay here because you look so worried.
That is very sweet of you.
Maybe we shouldn't talk here.
Best that we should go somewhere. Would you like to come back to my house?
Yep. Can we invite Chase?
Yes, of course you can invite Chase. He's a very nice young man.
Okay, I'll run back over to Chase and be like, do you want to come over to Inyanga's?
Oh yeah, can I bring Vincenzi? I have to bring Vincenzi because he's driving.
Mm-hmm.
While you're talking, Inyanga is getting in the back of this big ass black 4x4 driven by her retainer.
You going with Inyanga or you coming with us?
I'm gonna go with her.
Okay. Off you go.
See you soon.
All right, so you get in the car with Inyanga and her retainer starts driving you out of the underground.
Vincenzi.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to say this. Follow that van.
Right. Okay. That's not technically a van. It's a 4x4. It's
Follow that 4x4. Don't ruin my moment, Vincenzi. Follow.
Right.
Don't lose it under any circumstances.
I will do that. Exactly that. You
Good.
want me to tail them like they don't know I'm there, or you want me to actually follow them like a convoy?
No, follow them like a convoy.
Okay. All right. That won't draw any attention at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he follows you out onto the streets. And
I am wondering if somebody's going to blow us up. It seems to happen.
You're all dead.
Okay.
Not us. We're Gangrel and we're fortitude heavy.
Fortitude?
Yeah.
I'm not Gangrel. And I'm not fortitude heavy.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You're pretty squishy.
Pretty squishy.
Mm.
Even for a Malkavian. Actually, probably not. But anyway, you head off to Inyanga's place. Do you say anything to Inyanga on the journey?
Sure. So, are you okay?
Well, yes, I'm well.
You were really down looking, and
Oh, don't take my attitude towards the prince as any true affectation of my feelings.
so you're down because of the prince.
Oh, well, you must understand that
Inyanga.
I do not always approve of everything the Ventrue is currently. Uh, the policies that they are pursuing in the city do not, well.
Their policies. What policies in particular?
Well, I have been unable to convince them to change the present laws in Chicago. Currently, there is a lot of what you might call systemic racism happening here. And there has been a number of movements that have been crushed recently by the Ventrue. They have done this very subtle, careful ways. The way that they choose the judges and they choose the policies amongst the lawmakers. These things affect the mortals here. It makes it very difficult if you are, for example, a black woman going to hospital is 4 times more likely to die than a white one. Did you know that?
No.
Yes.
Well, that can't happen.
It happens every day. Every day.
Well,
Our children on the streets, they have been given guns to fight in gang wars for the sakes of drug lords and others.
what can we do to change this?
Well, I have a number of initiatives that I have begun already. Perhaps you're interested.
Of course I'm interested.
Tell you a little about them. One moment, please. One moment, please. Out of game. I will get back to that when I find it. But there is basically, she talks to you about an initiative that she started up, which is run by a couple of black ladies who have been through a bunch of shit. They're mothers of their own, and they have basically they're trying to put some sort of they've provided a place where kids and families can go to get away from gang violence and domestic abuse, kind of thing. And they have like a school and like a retreat, if you like. Yeah, basically that's the idea. It does have a name, and I did write it down somewhere, and I've lost it. But I'll get it. I'll find it. It'll be here somewhere, I hope.
I'm all for that.
Yes.
Just let me know how I can help.
Of course. Of course. There's many things that I think you can most likely be able to do with it. And the very least is that we do need some money diverted in this direction. Yes.
Yeah.
And there are a number of, well, the police department here is the problem, you see, because we are disallowed from involving ourselves with the police here in Chicago. It is against Loden's laws. And they are greatly responsible for much of the violence and the problems here, in my opinion. And I have done some research on this. It is, I think it is a big problem, and it is, Prince Loden is refusing to budge on any of these matters because he does not wish to see his power structures unsettled. At least that is how he seems to put it.
Now, I don't remember of any groups or anything, but I remember that in the 70s there were these people that were out on the streets, and they were looking after other people. They were kind of a united force.
Well, there is.
We could do that.
Do you remember the Black Panthers?
Black Panthers?
Yeah, you out of game, you would probably remember the Black Panthers.
I remember the Black Panthers.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, out of game, you can look up the Black Panthers as a real thing. And they were basically, they started off as kind of like almost like a Black Lives Matter kind of a movement along those lines. They just wanted equal rights and all the usual stuff, everything that they're pretty much entitled to. But because they got crushed so many times by the authorities, they got more and more militant. And then it became like attracting gang members, and it became more like a street gang, more dangerous to be a part of, and they involved themselves in violent action against the state and against the cops and against the corporations and so on. People started getting killed and so on and so forth. Out of game, Daddy D was a Black Panther. So
well, in game, Bells is thinking of something like that, and she was actually thinking anarchs would probably be helpful.
Right. All right. Well, you have this conversation regarding all of these various social issues involving, systemic racism and also domestic violence and so on. And one of the biggest problems is the number of guns on the street. And of course, as you have personally witnessed recently, the cops have this current scheme whereby they go into a neighborhood and they will shake down people for guns and threaten them with, be threatening them with jail time, basically, if they don't come up with a gun. And if they do come up with a gun, they let them go. But then that cop gets like a paid day off work. Yay, destroy someone's life to get a paid day off work. Way to go. So yeah. And she will say to you that she says, I suspect that there is a ring of corrupt police here, but I am not yet prepared to name them or to go after them. I really need somebody who is in a position to do that without my interference. If you can think of anyone like that.
Well, I'll do my part. Like, I've seen it on the street. There are these people doing horrible things, but what about like the Nosferatu or something?
Well, again, you must remember that Loden's laws forbid them from interfering with the police.
Well, it's not interfering if you're just watching.
Well, yes, it's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Tell me something. We're going to meet with your friend Chase. Is he to be trusted?
Yes.
I see. And you have a friend who is a Nosferatu, do you not?
Yes, I do. Should I bring him along?
Well, if you wish. But he might be the one that could be useful for what it is that we're talking about.
Well, he would definitely be an entrance into the Nosferatu society if we're going to work together.
Yes, I have known Khalid for some time now, and we see eye to eye on many things, he and I. Our clans, you might say, have an allegiance of sorts for now.
Well, that and the Bruja, right?
And I will also say that Khalid, his temperament over the many years has changed. When he first came to America, he was very militant and very, he had very strict ideas. And he was, you might say he was a candidate for the prince at one time. And something that we all believed that he may in fact achieve one day. But in my time here, I have seen him wander further and further from this goal. And I think that perhaps it is no longer something that he craves. I think that is perhaps a good thing.
What, he wanted to be prince? Is that what you were trying to say?
A long time ago, we all suspected that he might well have had aspirations in that direction. He seems to have been satisfied with becoming Primogen, but I will be honest with you, even his interest in his role as a Primogen counselor has withered in time. He takes less and less active role in the running of the city. Sometimes he will not even come to the Primogen for weeks at a time.
I'll see if I can speak to him.
Well, you can try. I'm not sure that there is much point in talking to him. He is very isolated, insular. But you can try.
Well, it would be nice to know where his position is, because we might need him eventually.
Well, yes. If what Vincent has been telling me is in fact true, then we will need as many allies as we can get.
So yes, if I can go see him, if we could go see him, then we can talk about this with him.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. I must be careful.
Of
Must be
course.
careful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you get to Inyanga's house, and Chase, you're following along until you get there as well, and they pull into a car park, a carport outside the house, and get out of the 4x4 and walk up to the front door. As you park up on the street. There you go. Does that look like the place?
Yeah, I've never been here before.
Okay. Well, you want me to wait here?
I'm sure she
Actually,
wouldn't.
I think
Hey?
Chase has been here before.
I have a
Yeah,
feeling he has too.
Okay.
I think it was when
yeah.
Terrace and the wolf pack were.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, this is the place. Yep.
Very well.
I'm sure she won't mind you coming in, Vincenzi.
Yeah. Oh, if you want me to, I don't mind. I like to keep an eye on the car, but Okay.
If you want to stay in the car, you can. It's up to you.
Oh, I'll come along and see what happens.
Yep.
Sure. It's always good to meet people, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Remember, she's an elder.
I never forgot that.
Okay. All right. Come on.
So you head up to the front door, and Bells, once you're inside, you're not long inside before there's a doorbell ring, and Chase is at the door with Vincenzi.
Now bring them in.
Bring them in, and
Come on in.
Inyanga is waiting for you all in the sitting room. And you go through to the sitting room, and
I might hold off of bringing Peter in just because we can't have you have too much fun, Barry.
Well, Peter's having a shower in the bath. He's in
my
the
God,
bath,
he
hot,
is
hot bath.
the poor guy. He's so hurt.
right. That's the same hot bath
licking his wounds
that his sire emptied on him a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah, that same hot bath.
Right.
Well, he's got peace and quiet. He'll gladly.
All right. Right. Colette Jensen is the name of the lady that is Inyanga's retainer. And yeah, so she is making tea for Vincenzi now. Make it coffee, actually. Vincenzi doesn't drink tea. Tea is for words.
British people.
We don't use those. Yeah. Vincenzi's kind of old-fashioned, so he's a bit of a relic when it comes to, he doesn't really respect things like LGBTQ, blah blah, and folks like me. And anyway, so you guys sit down with Inyanga, and welcome to my home once more, Chase, Mr. Chase. She calls you Mr. Chase.
It's good to be here.
Yes, well, do come through to the sitting room, if you will.
Okay.
So,
this is Vincenzi?
Yeah, pleased to meet you, madam. I'm Vincenzi. I help out. I drive cars. I do stuff. Anything that you need, sing out. I'd probably help you too. Well, very good. Thank you very much. That is most kind of you. And interesting that your friend here, Chase, Mr. Chase, is so open to allow you to work for others like this. She looks over at you, Chase.
Oh, yes. Vincenzi has many uses, especially for friends.
Yeah, that's right. I'm useful for your friends. That's what I do. Yeah. And also, I have value as a person.
Yes.
Inyanga kind of laughs at that.
That's good.
He's a former policeman,
Is that so? That is very interesting. And she looks over at you, Bells. That could be very interesting indeed.
That's true.
And how is it that you, former policeman, you say?
Yes.
Oh, that is ingenious. Very clever. That is the way.
That is the way.
Inyanga sits down over on the other side of on the sofa over the other side of the coffee table. The coffee table's like this big ebony tree holding up this big flat glass sheet. And Colette brings out a pot of tea and a plunger of coffee, and puts them on the table. And then she stands back by the door next to the mantelpiece. Now that you are here, what is it that you want to talk to me about?
Well,
we have a social time.
Yes. Well, I was worried about you, so and you've told me what your feelings are
Yes.
about the state of the world. Now that we have Vincenzi and Chase here, you should mention them. They could be help.
Well, perhaps you can be of some help. She looks over at you, Chase, and she says, Mr. Chase,
Yes.
can you keep a secret?
If I couldn't, I'd be in a lot of trouble now, ma'am.
I suppose that you might be, yes. Well, yes. Well, as I was telling our friend here, Bella, your friend Bella, I have some snooping that might be required to be done. And perhaps you and Bella and your contacts and so forth might have a way of achieving some goals that I hold very dearly to my heart. You see, between you and me, Mr. Chase, the prince's policies of excluding the Chicago Police Department from our interference does make life very difficult for some people.
Ma'am,
Yes.
may I ask, is your house been, has it got any bugs in it?
Well, our mutual friend, Mr. Vincent, has recently been through here.
Ah, good. Okay, sorry, go on.
Yes, of course. And that is why we are in the sitting room. This is the most secure room in the house.
Sorry. Thank you.
Well, so I have been told. But what would I know? I am just a little old lady.
Oh, I think you're a lot more than that. Continue.
Oh, thank you. I will. So, these interfering Chicago PD, they are creating problems in the communities, especially down in the projects, places like the Cabrini Green and those types of places that you have perhaps been to lately.
Yes.
You were just in the O Block, I understand.
Yes, we haven't finished there.
Such a place as this, these places have, it is a war zone. There are more people dying on these streets than there are dying in places like Iraq, and even back in the time of Vietnam. I understand that is your time.
That is my time, yes.
More American citizens die in O Block each week than per capita, shall we say, than in the war. Can you believe that?
Yeah, yes, I can believe that.
But you will realize that all of these people are citizens here, and they
Yeah.
are mostly black, and many of them are less than the age of 18.
Oh, were you aware that in America today, the African American people, there are African American millionaires?
Of course, I am aware of this.
And that they are using their wealth to help places like Cabrini Green and things like that.
Well, yes, they are, but you see, the problem here, my friend Chase, is that these types of actions that you're speaking of are being blocked by the ones such as the room that we have just left over at the Sears Tower. The money does not always get to go where it is supposed to go.
Yes, I do realize that.
There are bigger problems than this, Mr. Chase, bigger problems. The policies themselves, the judges, the institutionalized racism that is ripping our country apart.
Why can't Vincent help us with this? I
Well,
mean, I know we've kind of overwhelmed him with stuff to do, like helping us out.
well, yes, yes, it is a good question, and the question can be answered thusly: that is, it is not his jurisdiction. He is an Archon. He works for Justica, and you would need to petition the Justica himself in order to have him allow them to change such policies. And then you will see that Justica will be also beholden to the inner circle, and the inner circle, lo and behold, is largely, when true, Toreador, these types of clans. They have money on their brains.
We have to tip that balance someday, or
Perhaps,
at least
yes, that is
make
my
it
goal.
equal.
Yes, well, once upon a time, a long, long time ago, there was a city that the Bruges are very proud of. Have you heard of it?
Maybe.
Out of game, probably. In game, probably not.
Out of game, I do.
Right. And they called this place Carthage. And for a long time, the Bruja, the elders there, held this city south of the Mediterranean. And it was the Romans that came and destroyed it. And why, you might ask, would they destroy such a place where equality had been discovered, where mortals and vampires lived in harmony of a sort and kind? There was a mutual respect between them. That is the story, at least. You could talk to our friend Critias on the matter. I suspect he may have been there. I cannot be sure. It would be interesting to know.
I kind of think there might be a bigger issue, bigger than the prince, that we should probably address first.
What is that?
His puppeteer.
Oh, you think that the prince has a puppeteer?
We've already discussed this, Inyanga.
Yes.
we know that he has a puppeteer.
And
But I think she's a bigger issue.
How would you address this problem?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know yet.
Do we have proof that she exists?
I think I met her.
You think you met her?
Yes.
Well, that doesn't.
She tried to deal with my memory, but apparently it didn't work very well.
I see. That is very interesting. So you remember this, huh?
Yes.
I
Very good.
was wondering if we topple that piece, which would be incredibly difficult, what will the fallout be? Like, will the prince go along with her, down with her? Or I don't know. What piece do we pick out first? I don't know, Chess.
Well, Vincenzi.
Yes, sir.
That barbecue, when is it due?
Oh, Sunday. That's tomorrow.
All right, I'll deal with that situation.
Barbecue?
I'm going to a barbecue.
You're going to a barbecue and you're going to deal with this situation at a barbecue. That is very interesting. You must be very clever indeed.
Oh, no, I'm not very clever.
I've got my own thing tomorrow. AKA Yaryan's thing.
You're not going to the barbecue.
No, I'm not. I'm busy.
I want you as far away from this kind of danger as possible. Yes, I'm all right. Seeing you were honest.
Where have the wolf pack gone?
The wolf pack, they are presently heading back to Mexico right now, I think.
What?
Yes.
What, with Vincent?
I think so. Out of game? Sure.
Well, he's the leader of the wolf pack now, isn't he?
Right.
So
Vincent gone to Mexico to fight some Sabat.
Yeah.
Wolf pack with him.
Yeah.
We're not in a very good position now. Inyanga.
I hear.
Oh, little Belladonna, you must be patient. You are a vampire now. You have time.
I know I've got time, but
Slow down.
if I slow down, then people get hurt. The people that you're talking about in the streets. If
That
we
is
can't get our shit together,
It's true.
then they're gonna keep dying. And like I met the cutest little girl earlier. And she was from O Block. She's so smart. And I want to make the world safer for her.
We have to yet clean out O Block.
Well, I do admire your determination, and that is good. Colette, she says, turning to her retainer, and she goes, "Yes, Lady Inyanga, how can I help you?" She says, "Do you have that list that I asked you to make for me? The one with the She says, "The judges, madam." Yes. She says, "I'll just fetch it. Give me a moment." And Colette leaves the room. She says, "I've made a list of some of the worst criminals in Chicago. These are high court level judges. These are the ones that make decisions on who. They send our people to jail for petty crimes, sometimes for decades. They have many dirty cops working with them and for them. They are making money from institutionalized racism, but also from this prison complex. Have you heard of this?"
No?
Well,
What?
you see now. Well, our dear prince has decided that Securicorp would invest in some new prisons around Illinois. And these prisons...
In Gary? Or in here?
Gary is
Which
not...
one? Which one's Illinois?
Gary is in Indiana.
Okay.
Indiana,
Chicago
right.
is in Illinois.
Yeah.
But in...
Not American.
Indiana also... There are many of these prisons. They have a franchise prison company where they're literally paying these judges to convict people of crimes of whatever, it doesn't matter, to give them long sentences so that the prisons will be paid by the government to keep them in jail for long periods of time, and this will pay for the prisons. And these contractors make money from building the prisons. The wardens make money from every prisoner that they take in. They are making a huge killing from incarcerating our people. You understand? And I have a list of some of these people. I should like to see them, well, shall we say, corrected. Perhaps you should change your name from the Chicago Queen Coterie and Minerva's Shield to the Department of Corrections.
I look at Chase.
Right.
You're able to dominate people, right?
Yes, I am.
Because I can't do that. Could you, if you were to try, could you do it?
Well,
it would depend who you wanted me to dominate. Well, who do you want me to dominate?
All the people on this list.
I think she is talking about these judges and other law enforcement officials.
It's either that or I'm gonna rip their fucking throats out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know the beast inside me just came out.
Violence.
I'm sorry. I know.
You must not talk like this.
All right. How many do we know that are under Loden's direct payroll?
Well, I have a list of 7 of them.
7 of them.
But that does not mean that is the end of the list. You are able to discover more, and I am sure that there are more. I would tell you that the entire board of directors on these prison corporations are guilty as hell. They're all making a killing from this.
So he must be sure he can dominate people, but even he can't get it right every time, because now, out of game.
Yep.
you can only dominate somebody once, but if you fail, you can't make them dominate it again. Does that still apply?
If you fail to dominate someone, can you dominate them again? That's a good
Isn't
question.
it within
And
like 24 hours or something? Let me have a
yeah,
look.
I think it certainly makes it harder for you. I think every time you fail, the difficulty should go up. But
Okay.
I would like to check the actual rules on that. But I think to make it simple for now, we can say that it just gets more difficult.
Okay, all right. Because this is what I am trying to do. And Lady Inyanga, I'm going to trust you with this.
Oh, thank you.
The barbecue is to, it's a barbecue with the Gary Police Department.
Ah, that is very wise. You are already making inroads into this area, I see.
Yes, I'm using, remember, I just told you about the African American people that have organizations to help in these situations.
Well, yes.
I'm sending letters to them to request their help in Gary.
I see.
Because they have businesses and they need places to put their businesses sometimes. Places they want to expand, places where they want to help African American people that are in strife. So I'm taking advantage of that.
Well, that is good. That is, in fact, something that I myself am involved in. I have a number of charities already organized. I have a number of different income streams devoted especially to this. And this is why I find it is very useful for myself to remain on the Primogen Council. I can mix with these very rich people and take their money from them. I get an opportunity to spend time with them and allow their white guilt to overflow their pockets.
Well, I'm writing letters saying that I have known African Americans in Vietnam that deserve much better care than they got.
I imagine that is true.
Would they help these veterans in Gary in some way? Now, the other thing is, I propose after time to take over the Gary Police Department.
You do just do.
Yes.
Well, you won't be the first to try.
Hopefully I'll be the...
I mean, the police department is a good idea, but maybe what if we infiltrate the judges as well? Why don't we put our own judges in there? I don't know.
That's what I'm at.
You could take over that. I don't know.
Once
it is an excellent idea, Belladonna.
I don't know any.
Once what I plan to get from the Gary Police Department is to get policemen, no judges. Then I hit the judges from Gary, not from Chicago.
Yes. Well, I can tell you that in the 1970s, this was all attempted before, and it failed. No one is quite sure what happened, but the anarchs involved found themselves in a situation where they were embroiled in a kind of union war, and the union was crushed. This is when the situation with Modius deteriorated. I believe
that's another thing I want to ask. Now, I don't know if you would know this, but how often does Modius spend alone with Loden?
How often does he spend time alone with Loden?
Yes.
Never.
So you'd bet that he hasn't been influenced?
I would bet that he would not be able to be influenced. You must remember, Modius is older than Loden.
Oh, sorry, my lady, I don't know much about. I would like to.
Out of game, I think that's true.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's true. Yeah, go on.
I would like to make things good enough for Modius that he reclaims his throne.
Oh, you are of the belief that Modius would be a good prince if only he would have his kingdom back and he would have an opportunity.
Yes.
I see. Well, perhaps that is because you were not there when Modius was at the height of his full powers. Modius is no saint.
Yeah, I don't really know Modius. What we need is someone that will actually lead and be a good person and be fair.
Well, good luck finding that person. Because
What about you, Inyanga?
oh no.
What about you?
Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
This is why I wanted Modius at the head and not me.
Oh, I think there will be another candidate out there. I think I think people were whispering Mercy. I don't know. I don't know her, but
Who was whispering what? Out of game?
Mercy.
Mercy.
I missed something there. What did you say?
Mercy. Remember they wanted a prince for a bit there.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Mm.
Yeah, well, yeah.
She's still got the little B class. Who knows?
It's all possible,
She just needs to get powerful.
right? And
Well,
Reading
she's
game.
making steps towards that by being a member of the Order of Mars.
Yeah.
and I could help her to be powerful. She hasn't got money at the moment, but I have.
Well, if you want to donate it towards her, but you must remember that. How well do you know her?
It's true. I don't really know her. But people
Do
like
some
they
research.
really
on her.
like her. She took down two people on the red list. What is up with that? She didn't even need us.
You're saying that she is like a kind of a war hero. Well, we must remember that Julius Caesar was a war hero.
Who's that?
Very popular.
Oh.
Very popular Roman general, and he returned from his campaigns in the north with his army, much to the chagrin of the rest of the Republic,
And
stabbed him to death.
And I certainly don't want to be prince because I've seen what happens to princes.
And war heroes do not exist. There are war criminals. And they call themselves heroes, but they are seldom heroes.
I think I know of the perfect person.
Who?
I can't really tell you that, but they're the perfect person.
Inyanga looks at you quizzically.
And I'm just smiling to myself.
The retainer comes back in again, Colette, and she hands you this list of names. 5 of them are men, 3 of them are women.
Okay.
No, that's too many. There's 1 too many. 4 of them are men, 3 of them are women.
Okay.
Somebody make a note of that. Barry, I'm suggesting that you do that.
Okay. 3 of them.
Right. Good job. What? You actually doing it?
3 of them are women, and 5 of them are men.
4 of them are men. Yep.
How many of them are there?
Okay.
There's 7 altogether on this list.
7.
Okay, right. Yep.
And we can make up some names, or we can Google some names or something. Yes. Now let me just check a thing here. Is that Just looking at private prisons in the United States, actually. Fascinating. So there's a company called Corrections Corporation of America and the Management and Training Corporation are also these two of these private corporations that own federal prisons and receive massive amounts of money from the government to build and run these prisons. And they do it cheaper. I mean, have you guys ever seen the TV show Orange is the New Black?
Yeah.
Private prison. You'd like it, Charlie. It's good.
Okay.
I suspect it's, women in prisons in America.
And you think I'd like it because of that?
I think that you would like it because it's very feminist for a start, and it deals with a lot of social issues, and it's quite realistic, and it's got a good story.
Nice.
So I don't know. You might like it. Who knows? I'm making assumptions here. Big assumptions. I understand.
Probably would.
Okay.
Anyhow, so she leaves you with this list. Now, what else can you think of? Or perhaps it is time for you to go about and think about these things yourselves. I do not wish to spend too much time here talking. I have other engagements this evening.
Okay.
I feel like I'm overwhelmed.
Well, remember that you must not have to do everything immediately tonight.
I just wish I knew what to do in order.
Well, you shall begin with research, Belladonna. That is the first way.
Can I ask, how was Modius taken down?
Well, you see, it was a long story, a very slow and difficult process, but in the end, there was a conclave called against him by Loden. But of course, it was very strongly leaning in one direction, and the evidence had been provided by one side. Loden caught him unawares. You see, he did not have time to prepare any kind of a case.
Yeah, I need to find out more information about that.
Yes.
I need to know how he got caught.
I will tell you what. We will have another conversation about this. I will come to you, and we will have that conversation, and I will tell you more of what I know, but you'll forgive me if yet I need some more time to firstly get to know you and learn to trust everyone. Trust is something that I cannot easily just give to newcomers. You understand, of course. Secondly, of course, I have engagements very soon.
Thank you for your time and your effort.
And
I look forward to hearing from you again.
Well, when you have been to your barbecue, perhaps after that is a good time for us to have a conversation.
Inyanga, there's one other thing before I go.
Yes.
I need you to point me the way to someone that might be able to teach me more Protean.
You wish to learn Protean?
More Protean. I'm on to, I think it's my final level. If it was done in levels, like I could do the mist form potentially.
You want to learn the form of mist?
Maybe. Maybe.
I tell you what.
Your engagements.
Yes, some engagements, but we will talk more about this too. I believe I might have some skills that I could perhaps impart to you if you are a very good girl.
I'm always a good girl. Well, I try to be.
Well, that's still under dispute, but okay.
Hey.
Once these 7 judges have been fired or otherwise removed from their positions of power, then I will be more inclined to think more clearly and be in a position to help. You see, right now my inner rage is interfering with my ability to impart such powers.
Okay, Inyanga. I'll kiss her on the forehead Be like, you stay safe. I'm gonna go and deal with this judge situation.
Very well. As you're about to leave, Colette says, "Excuse me. I don't know if you know, but this is my card, and if you have any issues or anything, I have several degrees in human rights lawyering and a number of other things I could perhaps help with if you do need any assistance legally."
Actually, we will need you, Colette, because I need to know just about everything there is about human rights lawyering, so I can find the holes that these judges have broken.
Yes, well, I have been looking into that. Inyanga says, go, Colette, you can go with them if you wish. Well, all right then. Perhaps we should take this to another room or to another place. Do you drink coffee? No, you don't drink coffee. I could come with you for a while. I've got a couple of hours up my sleeve right now if you want to talk more.
All right. Excellent.
Do you have somewhere to go, somewhere we can go? Or
Yes, we'll...
Otherwise, we can go to my offices, but it's back in town again.
And Vincent checked those out, didn't he?
Maybe. You don't know.
No, he's asking her.
Oh, right. You're asking Colette.
Yeah.
She says, I don't know if Vincent has checked them out exactly, but I don't think that there's a... Well, I'm pretty low down on the radar.
Okay, well, we'll go to your offices and we'll talk about it.
No, unless you've got a more private place that you'd prefer. I mean, I don't mind.
I have got a place that I know is been taken care of, so...
Let's go there then. That seems like the obvious place, the obvious thing to do.
All right.
All right, so Colette comes with you and Vincenzi, and you get in your car with Vincenzi. Bella, how are you going to travel? Are you going to come with them?
Yep.
All right.
In my own car. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, in the car, Colette's, she's got her BlackBerry because it's 2000.
Yep.
And she's got further bits and pieces of phone and so on, and she has to make a couple of calls along the way. And she calls someone up and says, "Look, I'm going to be late for that 11 o'clock. Can we put that off to blah blah blah, etc." She changes some appointments around so she can make this. And you get to your complex and go inside.
Yep.
And Vincenzi says, "You want me to I'll just check with Jimmy to make sure that the clean room is in fact clean. How about that?"
All right.
Okay. So Vincenzi goes in, talks to Jimmy, blah, 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 blah. Before long, you find yourself in a room that's theoretically has no bugs in it. And Colette walks in there with you.
Yes.
Right. Well, I suppose the first thing that I should say is that if you want to know everything there is to know about human rights lawyering, then you should probably get a few degrees in human rights lawyering, because that takes about 5, 6, 7 years, depending on how far you want to go down the rabbit hole.
Okay.
So I can't really tell you everything there is to know about it, because there's quite a lot. But what I can do is I can answer your questions.
All right. Long and the short of it is...
Well, just to be clear, before we begin, you talked about looking for holes or infringements or what have you that these judges theoretically have made.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they've not actually done anything legally wrong. They're within their rights. That's the problem, is that they make the laws. These are the people that make the laws, and the laws are wrong. They haven't broken any laws because they make the laws.
You know, you, of all people, would know how hard it is to change a law.
Absolutely. And that's what we have, we've been lobbying for changes in the law for decades now, and to little avail. Now, I've worked in Nairobi, I've worked in all sorts of places across Africa, the Middle East, South America, a number of places around the world where we've fought against in the Amazon and so forth. She lists you a bunch of famous cases that she's worked on.
Okay.
And you can see clearly she knows what the fuck she's talking about, much more so than I do, because I'm making this shit up and pulling it out of my ass. However, she tells you all the stuff, and she basically explains that yeah, the essential problem here is not that these people are breaking the law, but they are making bad laws that the laws suit the rich white men, basically, because they're the ones with money and they want to keep their money and they want to keep making more money and they want to get that money out of anybody in any way possible, and they don't care who they hurt, who they kill, who they incarcerate to do so. She also mentions stuff about how corporations are doing this too, lobbying governments with huge amounts of money so that they can keep minimum wage down, so they don't have to pay taxes. Like the average homeowner is paying all this tax. People that are working, people that have normal jobs, go out and they pay huge amounts of tax, and they're taxed for everything they do. Meanwhile, Coca-Cola has their head office in the Cayman Islands, and they don't pay any tax at all, zero tax, right? And they've got billions of dollars. These are the types of problems that she works on. So she goes on about this for about an hour.
And Chase is pacing back and forth.
And you're beginning to sort of feel perhaps overwhelmed by the amount of problems that are stemming from what she calls the oligarchy.
So, what are we lacking that we can't do anything about it?
Well, we need to put in position some judges with opinions that and points of view that resemble our own. That would be a good start. We need to change the face of public opinion. You see, the poorest people are least educated and they don't know who to vote for, and they are very easily swayed by flashy campaign politics. So you find that the people who are the poorest are often voting for their own enemies because they don't know any better. They think that, we've had, and then you get religion involved, and that changes things again. People vote because so and so appears to be an ex-pastor or an ex-religious person, and they think that God is on their side. So, oh, that person believes in God, let's vote for them. And that person may well have once been a God-fearing individual, but they have perhaps become more of a televangelist. She says that correctly, and I didn't.
Televangelist, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we've got to get these people in. How do we do that? With money.
Well, money, power, influence. I mean, we need to find out who we need to influence, I suppose. Now, out of game, I am not 100% sure at all how you get to become a judge, but I'm pretty sure you have to be a lawyer for a long time before you get to be a judge.
Yeah, you do.
And it would be a sort of a relevant type of lawyer too. You wouldn't, I don't know, you probably have to have a lot of experience. And usually these people are over a certain age for whatever reason and so on. And I imagine
Jason Newberry.
money changes hands behind the scenes. You have the impression from your conversation with her that people bribe their way into this. People do. Oh, they went to Yale together, and their dads went to Yale, and their dads went to Yale.
Yeah.
They have friends in places, right? And so people use these kinds of nepotistic means to get themselves in. Meanwhile, kids born on the street in O Block, they're never going to be a judge. They don't have the money to go to law school, let alone Yale. How do they get to be a judge? How are they going to ever represent their community in law enforcement and corrections and all of this stuff? So thusly, this maintains the status quo. This is why things don't change, because those people cannot get their opinions across. They don't have the money or power to do so, or even the opportunities. The playing field is not flat.
Okay. All right.
So yes, if there's anything that you can do, I mean, I'll tell you what I can probably do is I can probably find you at least some phone numbers of some of these people, where they work. If we can get their addresses, perhaps, I don't know, perhaps you can go and give them a visit, have a little chat to them, talk to them about their policies, see if you can lobby them to change their policies.
Leave it with me. Leave it with me. I'll work on it. But I'm going to need your advice. I've got your card.
Yes. I'll if you don't mind, I'll take your phone number as well, and I'll put it in my phone now.
Okay. He gives his card.
All right.
Because he's got a card now. He's a rich man.
Right. And yes, and because you have to be rich to have a card.
Yep.
All right, very good. So you give her a card, and you notice as she puts it away, she is carrying a pistol under her jacket. She's carrying a gun, and it's a police issue gun. Interestingly enough, it's a Glock.
Okay. All right.
Well, I suppose I can find my own way home. And it's been very interesting talking to you. I really hope that we can do business and that perhaps we can effect some positive change around here.
Okay. I hope so too.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay. All right. He will get one of his people to drive her home in his limousine.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
You have a limo?
Yes.
Okay, calm down.
Jesus. No, I'm thinking. Brain's working. Vincenzi.
Yeah.
You heard all that.
Interesting lady. Very, very interesting lady. I don't agree with everything that she says, but interesting lady.
In what way don't you agree?
Well, she's real down on the cops, and the cops. They I don't disagree. There's a lot of dirty cops out there. I mean, if I'm honest with you, it's not like I never did anything. Let's just say I've not always been a saint.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I admit it. I've not always been a saint. I've done things that probably shouldn't have done, and might have gotten me into trouble if I'd been ever caught with that kind of shit. But always for the right reasons. You know how it is. So
yep.
but what I'm trying to say is that she's real down on the cops, as if that the cops were like, they're the criminals. They're not the criminals. They're not the fucking criminals. They're the good guys. The cops are the good guys. You gotta remember that. That serve and protect. That's what they do, and they get trained to do that. These are the guys that are out there on the front lines. These are the guys that have to go into these fucking monkey bar jail fucking places, these frickin' zoos, and find the people that are selling the drugs, doing the things, breaking the law, endangering lives, endangering kids' lives, killing fucking innocent people. These are the guys that go in there. These are the fucking heroes to go in there and bring these people down. And they risk their own lives every time they do that, So, I don't necessarily agree with everything that she says. I mean, some of it I don't disagree with. Maybe the judges are a bit crooked, but I don't know. A lot of these problems come from the fact that there's some bad eggs.
Okay.
You got some bad eggs in these places, and places like O Block, they grow them there. And they make them. It's not as if these drug dealers ain't coming along and grabbing kids off the street and saying, hey, you go and sell me some of these to those people over there, and we'll pay you. We'll give you a gun. We'll make you a guy. You'll be the guy, and you're gonna be a famous gangster if you help me with this operation. And then this fucking 14-year-old girl. There was a 14-year-old girl just a couple of weeks back. I saw it on the news. She killed a guy on the street. You know why?
Why?
Drill rap. You know what that is?
No.
You never heard drill rap? Okay, so this is a type of music. They play it on the radio, they play it on the streets.
Yeah.
Drill rap. They're rapping about how they took out some gangster from the next block around, and a couple of streets down the road. and they kill some fucking rapper there. You know, they don't like this music, so they kill him. And I don't like the way his crew is dealing with shit. And then maybe there's some drug related shit going on, whatever. So you get like this 14-year-old girl goes out, kills some guy on the street, gets away with it. Nobody even believes that it's her because she's just a kid, right? You know. And these guys make her fucking famous, and now she's killed like 14 people. 14-year-old, you know. So it's not as if these street people are kind of free of any liability. It's complicated. You've met that guy. What's his name? I saw him. That guy, what is his name?
Sex Money.
Yeah, you know, Sex Money. What kind of fucking name is that? Sex Money. I mean, really?
Well, he works for us now, so.
Oh, great. Well, it's good to see our reputation is growing and we're working with good, clean people. But
I'm gonna have to time out here. Okay, Six Money. That episode was in the year 2022. Currently, he is ? With the Tremere, so he's not working for anyone.
Well, maybe
otherwise, you're merging two timelines. We've gone forward 20 years, and then we've gone back 20 years.
Well, there is a well, we can solve that by saying there is a new Sex Money. He's like the replacement guy that took his name because the last guy was so cool he wanted to be like him. Not buying that?
But maybe in the future.
Maybe in the
but not currently.
All right. Well,
I'm the lawkeeper.
We'll call him Jazz Racket then.
Yeah. We're gonna Jazz Racket.
Jazz Racket. I got a list of crazy names I found on the internet. You would be amazed.
I'm pretty sure Jazz Racket has been used before.
Jazz Racket was used before at that time.
I don't remember how. So
nothing happened to him.
He's safe.
What have I got here? Chicago. I got a whole tab here. We got Sex Money, Boogie, Jazz Racket, Gibbs, David Barksdale, called also King David, William Pookie Young, Jerome Shorty Friedman, Mikey Bull Johnson, who's an enforcer, Marvel Thompson, Snipe V-Roy, OD, Bobby the Hunter, Tone Camp, Trap Brick, T-Roy. You know, I got a lot of names for this shit. I wanna chop them up and mix them around a little bit so that they actual real people, because I feel weird about that. But yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so whoever his name is, he works for us.
All right, we'll call him Jazz Racket for now.
Yeah, Jazz Racket works for us.
Okay. Okay, well, that's good, I suppose. He's working for us. Is that helping with us clean up the street?
Yes, he's going to be. He doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be.
Okay.
Because I'm going to have a little conversation with him.
So, out of game for a minute. Does not Chase make and distribute hard drugs?
Yes.
Right. Just checking.
Yes, he does.
How does that fit into this conversation, do you think?
He's
justify that and its effects on the
he's not gonna.
So I disagree with everything, and I walk out.
Everything that Vincenzi said.
Well, yeah. And yeah, I'm just walking out.
Hey, come on, what'd I do? Did I say something wrong? Chase, did I say something wrong?
I don't know, did he?
Well, she's walked out, so who are you talking to?
That's what I yell out. I go, did he? What's up?
I don't know. Chase, maybe I said something stupid. I don't know, but I guess, can you apologize to her for me? Because I feel kind of stupid now. You know, but I don't know. I'm just telling you my experience from my life on the force, you know, and that's what I saw. And out of game, I'm trying to present two very different points of view of the same thing, so that there's a certain amount of objectivity.
You see, Vincenzi, I'm gonna get all my no. Let's Bell Belle?
Yeah.
Let Belle have some time, because my whole world is big and complicated. It's getting bigger by the second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in the meantime, what do you want me to do?
I want you to find out, or get somebody to find out, not you,
Huh?
how to start a detective agency, or how to buy one.
That shouldn't be too hard. We can start a detective agency if that's what you want to do.
Yep.
You can set that up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn, Chase. You're gonna have like a business for each few personalities.
It's diversifying.
So diverse.
I've got to talk to you about something too, Vincenzi.
Is now a good time?
Yeah, this has got to be sorted between you and me. You might not approve.
So, okay, look, if this is going to be something I might not approve of, might be a good time for a drink then.
Okay.
He reaches into his pocket and takes out a flask of whiskey, like a steel flask, and undoes the top of it and puts it down on the table in front of you, slides it across to you. There you go.
Puts it in.
Slides it back in.
Mixes it up.
Puts the lid on it and gives it a shake. Has a sip. Oh yeah, that's good. Vintage shit, that is. Okay, you better start talking.
Okay, you're going to hate this.
Oh God, what I got myself into this time.
I'm got
Yeah.
another business going.
Oh my God, how many goddamn businesses have you got going?
I'm running drugs, Vincenzi.
Uh-huh.
For the money.
Hmm.
So that I can buy businesses, give people jobs.
Right.
And buy land. So I can take, in fact, the next business I'll be buying is what do they call it, Russell, when you're buying land?
Real estate?
Yeah, real estate business.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of money in real estate. That's one of the biggest money makers around, right?
For the only way I can help Gary in any way, shape, or form, or anybody for that matter, is if I'm so rich that I can do anything with it I want.
Well, that's a good theory.
That's a good theory, but after talking to Inyanga, it's just so much.
Well, look, I don't know if you've noticed this, but there's a couple of ways you can create change and affect change in the world, and the two main ways that I know about, you can do it is you can affect people's hearts and minds. Convince people that they need to do something to change. If you can do that, you're a fucking saint. And the other way is fear.
Oh, I'm no good at the fear thing.
Well, I tend to agree. You ain't no good at the fear thing. You definitely don't put the shits up me. Not very often.
Unless I have two helicopters coming in loaded with weaponry, yeah.
Yeah. So, look, are you serious about all this cleaning up Gary shit and all that?
Oh, I'm bloody serious.
Well, then why the fuck are you selling drugs? Doesn't make any sense. That seems to be like you got your priorities mixed up there. You can't clean up a
drugs gets money.
There's other ways to make money, Chase.
Yeah, but they're all slow.
Well, you're literally destroying people's fucking lives.
Well,
you're lowering you're lowering the population. You're affecting the population in a way that means they can't work. If they can't work, they can't bring in money. The economy affects the economy. There's all of these knock-on.
So you're going to say that if I don't distribute this drugs, everybody's going to end up happy and gay and dancing around the room and getting themselves a job and building big buildings, and it's going to stop the drug problem?
No, it's not going to stop it. There's other people that are going to move in. That's true. I mean, somebody's going to do it if you don't do it. That's true. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I've seen it too many times. There's drugs never helps these people.
Nobody helps these people.
Well, you know, one thing you're doing with drugs is you're making sure that the parents are growing up addicts, the kids are going to grow up addicts. You're creating a cycle here that goes on, and the only way out of it is just everything ends up in jail. I mean, for God's sake, you know, weed, for God's sake. I mean, you get caught with a small, tiny little bag of weed on the street these days, and they put you in jail for 10 years for that. You know, I mean, the effects of that shit is about the same as drinking a bottle of scotch. He lifts up his bottle of scotch. He's like, you know, if that was the case, I mean, look at this. This is perfectly legal. The effects are basically the same. In fact, you might say the effects are worse. This fucking shit will cause you to crash your car if you're not careful. This will make you angry. You get into a fight. You know, last time I saw anyone smoking weed that was involved in a bar fight, it never happened. It doesn't happen. You know, but people go to jail for decades for this shit.
I've seen people jump out of windows with weed.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
very high ones.
I suspect they had other problems.
They did. They were taking weed.
Yeah, it ain't a psychoactive drug. You know, alcohol does 100 times more damage than weed.
So we can stop alcohol as well?
Well, they tried that in the 1920s, didn't they? You know,
it didn't work.
That's right. They started selling it, making
thousands of people died.
Yeah, look, I don't want to get into some philosophical debate. What do you want me to do, Chase? How about that?
So you really think I ought to not?
I think that you need to consider where your ethics lie and make a decision about that. You can't stand on both sides of the fence at the same time.
Well, then this whole process is going to be slower.
Well,
way slower.
Have you considered that there are other ways to make money fast besides just drugs? I mean, there's 100 other ways, other things that you could do.
There's nightclubs, there's gambling clubs, there's all sorts of ways.
I didn't say that you had to do something legal. But there are illegal things that you can do that do a lot less damage.
Like what?
Like, for example, fraud. For example, bank robbery. For example, you know, there's all kinds of places and people that you could knock off that would not make the world a worse place.
Good point.
Okay, you could take money from the fucking rich and give it to the poor. How about that? Why don't you start there? Robin fucking Hood. We all went to school, right? You heard that story. You don't have to sell drugs to kids to make money. You're not even making real money doing that.
Are you kidding?
Well,
there are drug lords that had to bury their money. They had so much of it.
Yeah. There are some drug lords that had to bury their money because they had so much of it. That's true. There were some drug lords that did that.
Yeah.
But, you know, look, not every drug lord gets to that point. Most of them find themselves in a war with another faction, another gang. Somebody wants them dead, blah, yada, 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 yada. Why don't you go and find some billionaire, kidnap his fucking daughter, and tell him I want $10 billion or I'm going to knock a bitch off. You'll have money like that.
You're still killing somebody.
Yeah, but you're not killing hundreds of thousands of people. You're not fucking up an entire population.
Yeah, but everybody has a choice whether they take a drug or not. Nobody forces them to.
Okay, Chase, okay, you got me. That's your opinion, and you're the boss, so we do what you say. Okay, you want to do it, I'm on board either way. Okay, I just work for you, for the guy. You know, you're the guy, and I work for you.
Okay.
My opinion doesn't mean shit here. Okay, I'm just telling you what I think.
Okay.
I don't agree with that, but I don't care. It's not my business.
Okay. Let me think on it.
There are 100 ways you can make money faster. And the thing is, here's the thing. You got powers that these guys don't have. The reason they become drug lords is because they can't walk into a fucking bank, dominate the bank teller to go and open the vault. They can't go and find the bank manager's house, walk in there and say, I want you to bring me $10 million from the bank vault tomorrow night. They can't do that. right? You can do shit like that. That's why they're drug lords. That's why they take these fucking risks.
I just thought of another idea.
I bet you did. Now you're going to start coming up with a whole bunch of ideas.
I've got to see. Hang on. I got to make a phone call.
All right. Just cut
All right.
to Bella for a minute. So
All right. I'm actually ringing up.
Belladonna.
Belladonna.
All right. Cool.
I'm right outside.
All right. Well, your phone rings.
Well, I don't know she's outside.
I just left the room.
Yeah.
I know. I thought you went.
Right. Well, if
Chase thought you went.
Okay.
Hello?
If I see it's Chase, I'll just come through the door.
So you open the door.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Right here. I'm literally
Belladonna,
right here.
I need to. Right. I need to talk to you. Vincenzi, go. Right. I've had a talk with Vincenzi and I want to have a talk with you.
Right. Okay.
Whole drug thing, straight up. Yes or no?
What?
Drugs. Yes or no?
No. Only if they are herbal, like weed.
Suppose you could.
Because that's a plant. That's a plant. So like, and like people go to jail for it when they really shouldn't because they've got like a small amount on them. So like, it's absolute bullshit. Just weed.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all you wanted to say, or?
Okay. Right.
Okay.
I'll be back. You fellas knock yourselves out. All right. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Gets a bike. Goes to see what was it? Shannon.
Oh yeah.
He says to Shannon, look, if you want to do this, you can. No, you can, but you know, I don't want to be in it. All right.
Okay. Well, we can sort that out.
Yeah, we sort that out. All right, but that's basically what he says.
Okay.
And then he comes back.
Okay.
I guess LSD is all right too. But that's because it's, colorful and fun. But I mean, I can't appreciate it anymore.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I come back
Magic
to
mushrooms are awesome.
I come back to Vincenzi.
Yep.
Vincenzi.
Yeah. Is Belladonna still here? Yeah.
I want you to do me a favor.
Yeah. Okay.
I want you to use your police influence to find out who the drug lords are in the city and where they base themselves.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because we're going to hit them.
Okay.
And get rid of their crap.
Now you're talking about Gary, you're talking about Chicago.
Gary.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, we're going to go to the barbecue tomorrow night, right?
Yep.
Well, those are the guys that I'm going to have to talk to. So maybe if you're there, you can put a little bit of your presence into the play,
I'll do that. But that's what we'll do to earn money. We'll hit drug lords.
Okay, look.
I don't know you guys. Bye. Have fun with that.
Can I ask you a question, Chase?
What?
You guys got a little operation here. This, what are they called? The Chicago Queen Cody Minerva's Shield, whatever the fuck you call it now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you got how much money did you get for that?
I've got millions.
Right. Why the fuck are you hitting drug lords?
Well, look the fuck. Look at this.
you doing this for
We
fun or
need,
something? Is this
we need bullets. We need arms. We need
yeah.
trucks. We need.
We're at roundabouts. That's like a couple of $100,000 so far, maybe $1 million.
That's more than that. An armored vehicle is a lot more than that. Not everybody overseas that can tell you that.
$3 million. Let's put it there.
But it belongs to the one moron I can't stand.
So
if
what?
I use his money, he could take it all away from me.
Well, technically, if it's not yours, it doesn't matter, does it? I mean, it's what that does, Chase. You know how your establishment got blown up that time?
Yes.
And imagine if you had an establishment that you didn't own and you didn't build it and it wasn't made using your money. Next time it gets blown up, do you really fucking care? Never put your own money into this shit. I don't know. That's just my policy. Personal policy. I don't know, Chase. I think you been flying choppers too long.
Maybe I haven't been flying them enough and fucking around down here too much.
Maybe you need to get back up in the air. Look, your original business plan was you wanted to have a helicopter business.
And I've got it.
Right, you got it. Well, we're developing it. You got one chopper so far, and we ain't got no clients yet.
Yeah, but look how fast that's gone so far.
Yeah, well, it's going, right?
Yeah, but you've got the Sabat encroaching a lot faster than we can stop them.
Well, okay. Look,
so we
want to
need
make money fast. Honestly, get the advice from the Ventru. Those guys, that's what they do. They're making the most money the fastest out of any of us. And they're not doing it by knocking off drug lords. That's fucking chump change. What's that guy's name? Bill Gates. Bill Gates. Did he knock off fucking drug lords? No. The money that guy has makes them look like small change.
Yeah, but I'm not a computer whiz.
Yeah, well, you don't need to be a computer whiz to go wandering into Bill Gates's mansion and sit the guy down and say, motherfucker, give me a piece of that pie.
Business conversation is kind of boring. And I leave again.
What are you going to do, Bella?
Oh, I'm going to leave and I'll just sit outside in a different room.
Okay.
Or no, the hall or something.
Okay.
Jimmy will come with you.
I'm gonna go flying.
Okay, so you go for a fly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jimmy comes over to Belladonna. Hey Bella. It's been a while, hasn't it? I haven't seen you around for a while here. Is everything good?
Yeah, I just feel overwhelmed.
Oh.
But when do I not feel overwhelmed?
Wow.
Everyone keeps giving me more stuff to do, and I'm kind of a simple person. I don't have octopus arms.
Oh. Wow. No, you don't. Do you need any help?
I don't know. I don't even know where to begin. Like, I don't know, Chase keeps talking about his boring business and businesses.
He is kind of obsessed with making money right now. I think it's because he lost a lot of money not so long ago. He was doing a lot of work back in LA, you see, and he had a lot of money back then. Him and his sire, they were in business together, and Chase did a lot of the flying, and I worked with those guys. We got ourselves into a bit of trouble back in New York, and so yeah, he's kind of feeling it right now because he had a lot more than he has now, and I think he's feeling the pinch, and he wants to make that money back fast, and I don't know if he's thinking straight, and that's kind of, it's in the blood.
You always blame the blood, but I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. He was a pretty good straight up guy, back in the old days before all of this vampire stuff happened. he wasn't like this. He wasn't like this. He saw a lot of things and it changed him, you know.
Mhm.
And I think deep down he's still got a pretty good heart. That guy, you know. You shouldn't give him a hard time.
I'm not.
You're just bored with all the business talk.
Yeah, it's so boring. I've got my own business and I love how it's run and I don't need it to make a lot of money. It's perfect the way it is.
Right.
And right now, what I want to do is I want to go back to O'Block. And I want to look after the people there. You know, feed them if they need food and clothe them if they need clothes. That's all I can do. I'm a small fish.
Well, you know, you want to go back to Oblock.
Yes.
That's where you guys were the other night, right? Like last night, was it?
Tonight.
Earlier tonight.
Yeah.
Damn. Mark,
Do you have a car?
Well, yeah, I do.
Do you want to come with me?
I don't think I should go. I think Chase would get angry with me if I left right now. He's got a bunch of maintenance up on happening at the moment, and I probably can't do that. But I have an idea for you.
Sure.
Well, you know that van of yours?
Yes.
Well,
I don't have it here, but yes.
You don't have it here. Oh, that's a shame. Well, what if we were to get some tables, like trestle tables, you know, fold up ones? I got some out the back, and we could put them in a van, and we could get a catering company, you know, like people that, you know, provide food and stuff, and we could, I don't know, take some cheap food down there, soup or whatever, some clothes. I don't know, we could collect some. Maybe we could do the rounds. I mean, you must know some people that have like, I don't know. I mean, I met some of them Toreadors, right? They like their clothes, and they probably go through clothes like nobody's business, right?
Probably.
Maybe they got a bunch of spare clothes they don't need, and we could take that down there. We could give out clothes. We could give out fucking blankets and you know, food and shit like that. And you could use your van. And
Okay.
Maybe you know what you should do is you should talk to Chase about it, because he'd probably want to invest in some shit like that.
Oh my God, no. No.
Get you a freaking truck.
I think he's got enough on his plate right now, and I've got enough money. I can do this myself.
Okay. Well,
I want to help those people.
Well, then, you know, I don't know. Hopefully, I gave you some good ideas. I don't know. Maybe do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. Okay. Well,
I really should go.
What about
what time
Zora?
is it? It must be.
Surely Zora can. You know what? I don't know about. No, you shouldn't involve her. You don't want to take her to a place like that.
Oh no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
That's good. That's good. On the other hand, I would say that your friend Rita, well, she kind of fits in a place like that. She knows those people, you know. Maybe
That's true.
Kind of better at that, something like that. I don't know.
Thank you. You're really insightful. I appreciate that.
Oh, well, you know, you can't always trust every insight that comes out of this brain. You know, I have a bit of an addiction to that particular bloodline.
Well, I'll always trust what you have to say, and I think Zora's the same.
Well, what you should do, if you trust me, then my best piece of advice to you is don't trust nobody. Don't trust me. Don't trust nobody. You got to think for yourself.
No. See, I didn't trust you there.
There you go. Good work. Exactly what I'm talking about. Don't trust nobody.
Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah. If you need anything, give me a call.
Yeah. Could you drop me off home?
I want to ask her actually if she's got some free time tomorrow in the day for coffee.
I'm sure she'll have plenty of time.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I guess you better go and do your little O-block run then, huh?
I don't have my van. I need to go home and get my van, and
You need
then
a lift or something like that.
Yes. Also, what time is it? Because
Out of game, it must be pretty late.
yeah, that might change things up.
You did all that shit. You went to the Primogen Council meeting. You went to Inyanga's place. You come here. You had a meeting.
I'll do it first thing tomorrow.
Okay. All right. So, Chase, go for a flight.
I hope I'm doing this well enough, because what I'm out of game. Stop. What I'm trying to do is the people in his head that you and I've been talking about. have been disputing with him about what he's doing.
Right.
So he's been fighting them as well.
Right.
And I'm trying to get it right without being too obvious.
Well, based on that conversation that we had, we can certainly say that. What do we say the father's name was? Because you've one of the members of your crew is an ex-priest or priest.
Yeah.
He's going to be your moral conscience, right? So obviously he's going to be all against the drug business.
Yeah.
Music.
That's what I thought. So I'm trying to bring it out, but not just crazy. I'm trying to do his confusion.
That makes sense. Okay, so you're flying around and Father, let's give him a name. Come on, random name. What about Father Ralph?
Yeah, Father Ralph, it sounds all right. Father Ralph, okay, yeah.
All right, so Father
Ralph. Excellent, Father Ralph.
Father Ralph. Oops. Okay, Father Ralph. So he's arguing. He's basically telling you it's wrong. You can't do it. It's a bad idea. You got to shut that shit down.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Because you know what he would say. And
Yep.
Your old co-pilot is like, well, it's fun. It's exciting. We're getting involved in stuff there's gonna be action and adrenaline. Right?
Yeah.
Selling drugs and making and selling drugs is it's dodgy, it's scary, it's lucrative, and it's high stakes.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. Whereas I guess your old co-pilot Joey, he'd be arguing for I guess they're all kind of adrenaline junkies to a degree, so they're all going to have a certain interest in that aspect of things and opportunities to fly. Is it going to give you an opportunity to fly? And at the end of the day, I think out of game, I think that Chase's deepest desire, what makes him happy, is flying choppers, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what the business is.
Yeah.
Is to fly choppers. And so from that point of view, maybe we should make a roll and see whether he comes back resolved to decide it doesn't matter as long as I fly choppers.
Yeah. Okay.
Either that, or he comes back still confused, still murky, and still kind of divided about what he wants out of it.
Okay, let's make a roll and see how.
All right. So Charlie, how are we going to make a resolve roll? We just open up his character sheet, Chase.
Resolve is just a it's a mental stat.
Yeah. Okay, so you just roll this straight up on the mental stat. You don't have to do anything except that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we get no successes. No successes. Okay, so you're just as confused when you come back. I think there's still a lot of inner turmoil.
Okay, cool.
Why don't we leave him in the chopper flying around doing this stuff when Peter comes up?
Okay, all right. No, I just wanted to bring out that mental side of him.
That's good. Okay. So Peter comes along and turns up at the complex, right?
Yeah.
All right. And of course you're going to bump into Belladonna, who's talking to Jimmy.
So, where's the boss, Belladonna?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Oh, he's gone. He's taking a flight.
Hey Jimmy, how you doing?
I'm good. And you?
Oh, I'm doing fine, Jimmy. Doing fine. I had a hot bath. Love hot love.
Well, thank you for
Okay.
sharing that with me.
So, what are we doing? Anything?
I was gonna go home because it's getting late.
I got my bike here. You want me to give you a ride?
Yeah, that'd be nice. Thank you.
Okay. Right. Let's go.
Okay.
So you guys take off. All right, zoom, zoom, zoom. You probably can't talk much on the bike, but you eventually get back to the High Priestess. Okay.
Yep.
All
Hey,
right.
I've only been here once. No, twice. No, maybe 3 times. Oh, you didn't see me the other times. I was outside.
Well, you're always
inside.
welcome to not be outside and be inside.
Oh, thank you.
You just have to knock, okay?
Okay. Now, can I come in for a while?
Well, yeah, but it's getting kind of late. Don't you want to get home?
What time is it?
Out of game, it must be 4:30 by now.
Oh, I better. Yeah, I better start getting back. Yep, I better start getting back.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But, I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, right.
Well, you won't see me, but I'll see you.
Okay.
Okay. So
Goodbye.
you piss off then, and
Yep.
cutting a long story short, everyone goes to bed eventually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Anything that is desperately needs to be done before they go to bed. 5,
Nope.
4,
No.
3.
Touching down the helicopter is about it and going to bed.
All right, 1. Okay. Why don't we say, like, just for the sake of brevity and to keep my life easy and simple, and also because, I don't know, I think it'll be fun to spend some time with Peter. Let's say that Chase, in his confusion about stuff, he's still working the stuff out. It might take him a little while.
No, that sounds right. It sounds right. I think he's in the right place where we can go to Peter now.
Cool. All right. So the following evening, Peter wakes up, and you are given your usual Nosferatu updates from the clan. Alzabieta comes and visits you before you go and feed, and you have a chat, and she tells you about the various ins and outs of what's going on in the city. Nothing groundbreaking.
So what happened with Oblaka, do you know?
Yeah, she'll tell you what they know.
Okay.
Which is, essentially what the Primogen Council already know.
Okay.
Handed down from Khalid. And so it's been passed out to you.
Okay.
Bella, you wake up and...
Rouse check.
Huh?
Rouse check.
Oh, rouse
Okay,
check.
so I'm very hungry. Like very, very, very hungry.
So do we have to make a rouse check for Peter?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yep, when you wake up.
I'm awake.
Peter Wicks is making a rouse check.
Oh, it's getting cold.
That's just right at the bottom. Okay, whoop.
I'm gonna go hunting first.
Yeah, so am I.
Wicks. All right, so you guys go hunting. Bella, where do you go hunting? How do you go hunting?
Well, I'm a farmer, so I am after animals.
Right.
I can call animals with animalism.
Right.
Come to me, rats of the night.
Rats of the night. Rats. There's a lot of rats and there's a lot of cats and dogs in your area, actually. Cats and dogs would be the main, feral cats and dogs. Of course, you could go to the riding ranch.
That's true.
Because there's farmland out that way as well. And there's, more birds and horses and...
I need to
Rabbits.
conserve my time though. So
Right. That's true. You have time to do that.
yes, I'm going to go sort out like tables and stuff and put that into my van, and I'm going to get some food, pick up some groceries.
Zora,
Lots and lots of groceries.
You can imagine Zora helping you with all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She's got some good ideas. I mean, you might be a little bit out of touch about where to get some of these things now, whereas she would still know.
Yeah,
She's immortal.
yeah.
Okay. So you and Zora go shopping. Okay, cool. And let's say it's like 2 hours, and so you would have woken about 7, and it's now kind of getting towards 9 p.m. By the time you've got all of that stuff organized and sorted, unless you were interrupted by any phone calls from Peter, or if Peter was to turn up on you early.
Once I finish hunting, I'll bring her up.
Gonna ring her up. Okay, cool.
Yeah, once I finish getting my meal.
Your Sandman meal, you broke in,
Yep.
took
Okay.
some blood from someone.
So yeah, right. So you're Sandman. You go breaking into people's houses and drinking their blood while they're asleep, right?
Yeah.
That's your general kind of modus operandi. The problem with that is that
Oh, there are street people on the street that I can drink from.
that's true, and you can obfuscate, which makes life
Yeah.
much easier. That is true. What I was going to say was the problem was that people tend to go to bed later than sort of when you get up.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
be feeding around midnight.
No, I'll feed off street people.
Okay.
They're resting and sleeping.
All right, I'm not going to make that hard.
Okay.
Okay, so you do that. You're all fed. And eventually you're going to give Bella a call, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Bella, your phone rings.
Hello.
Bella, Peter here.
Yep, it's Bella.
You got anything you need me for?
I'm feeding people tonight.
You're feeding people tonight.
Yeah.
Not feeding on people.
I would never.
Ain't we supposed to be feeding on people?
Oh, no? Well, yes, but I don't really do that anymore.
Okay.
Mm.
I don't know what you mean, but I'll believe it.
If you want to help me feed people, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to O Block, so
It's a pretty rough place, Bella.
I've been there before.
I know, yeah.
I was there just yesterday.
I would think, Bella, that you wouldn't want to go there after.
Why not?
Well,
There's more incentive to go there.
we nearly got ourselves blown up there. So I will meet you there and just make sure you're okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okie dokie.
All right, so you're going to meet Bella at O Block.
Yep. I'm gonna do my jumpy.
Trains, planes, wheels, right?
Yep.
Buses and so on, jumping from one thing to the other until you know the streets like the back of your hands. You know every track, every route, every bus. Some of these buses are your friends.
Okay.
Okay, and eventually you get to O Block and you jump off the train at a nearby station.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, as you do that, as you come through here to O Block, we'll make a perception check for you.
Okay.
Oh God, how does this fucking work? Wits and
Awareness?
awareness. Yeah. I'm trying to roll.
I'm trying to roll.
It's not letting me.
And it's not working.
Yeah.
It doesn't work the other way around, does it?
I don't think so.
That is fascinating. Okay, so 2 successes.
Wow.
2 critical successes.
Oh God, this is a mission to read.
Okay, so as you're getting off the train at O Block, and this is the EL train, by the way, the elevated train, what they call the L.
Yeah.
Did he not feed?
Did he not feed?
I did. I see.
He wouldn't feed,
Homeless
so
people.
I didn't
Yeah.
change his hunger level, that's why. Let me delete the hunger level. Should I roll him again?
roll him again. Yeah.
But he had 2 successes. Anyway, all right.
They were on the hunger dice, so.
True. Okay, so wits. Well, no successes. I'm going to go with 2 successes to start with.
He can't be on hunger dice 0. He has to be on 1.
Has to be on one.
Yeah, he didn't exsanguinate someone.
All
Two
right.
did a mine eye.
We'll do it again. third time's a charm, right?
Yep.
Awareness. Wits. Oof. Okay, so now you get 2 successes, and this one time one of them is a crit, which is good. Okay, so when you're getting off the train, you realize that there is in fact a building here, right next to the train station, where it's just up a bit from the train station, actually, a couple of 100 meters up from this platform. It's not a station, it's just a stop, you know, really just a stop. There's no real structure or anything. There's a little bit of a shed with a seat in it. And just up from there is this block of flats that looks like it's pretty much empty. It looks like it's being demolished, or it's going to be demolished. There's signs around it that say, you know, danger, keep out. And it's clearly been evicted, and you've probably been through here a couple of times over the years in the past. And at this point, I'm not going to try and describe it too much, besides to say that you realize it would be a really cool place to have as a safe house, or some kind of spot that you could use. You recognize it as being a useful location.
Okay.
It's right by the train station, right by the railway, and you could literally go out the front door and jump on the train as it went past.
Yeah. Okay.
Immediately into the mix of things. Anyway, you do that, and you find Belladonna just up by O Block.
Yeah.
And she's parked up in her hippie van.
Hi, I got a pair of jeans. I look like someone with a pair of jeans, long black hair, and a nice shirt. Nice reasonable shirt.
Okay.
And a pair of boots.
And a pair of boots.
Mm.
Okay, and you're strolling down the street, heading towards her car. Okay. As you're doing that, a couple of hooded youths step up to you. Now, Belladonna, you can make a perception alertness check.
Okay.
Wits and alertness check. Wits and awareness. Wits and awareness.
Yeah.
Damn you, V5. Wits and awareness. Successes.
So 3.
3. And are they crits or something? Because they're green.
1 is.
1 is a crit. Okay. Okay, I see. Okay, so you see this happening, and what you're watching is a street robbery in slow motion about to occur with this complete stranger that you've never seen across the road.
Okay. I'm gonna, I guess, approach.
Okay, so you're not in the van now. You're out of the van.
No, yeah. I'm gonna grab some like free food and stuff.
Okay.
It could just be like sacks of food or whatever. So I'm gonna grab a couple. I'm gonna lock my van, and I'm gonna run up to them.
Okay, and as you're running up to them, these 3 guys have stepped up to you, Peter Wicks, and one of them's like, "Where are you from, motherfucker?"
I'm
stop
from
right there. This ain't your place. The wrong town. This is Overlock.
I know it's O Block. I got friends in O Block.
Oh yeah, who you know in O Block?
Oh, the people in that building there.
Then he looks over in that direction, looks back at you. All the people in that building there, huh?
No, not all of them, just particular people. I got nothing that you need worry about. I just want to meet a friend here, that's all.
Give me your shoes, motherfucker. Take them off now.
Okay.
That's a nice shoe. That's a nice silk shirt you're wearing. I think you should take that off too. It's one of the other guys.
Okay. Have they got
like
knives and stuff?
You're not sure. You're not sure what they've got. You can make a wits and investigation, I suppose.
Okay.
Let's do that very quickly. And meanwhile, we'll also make a perception check, because you're going to see Belladonna coming up very momentarily. What did I say? This is wits and awareness. Boof, boof. Investigation and awareness. Okay, you get 3 successes on your investigation. You suspect that they're carrying possibly guns, possibly knives, but whatever they're carrying is concealed right at this very moment. They've got their hands in their pockets. They've got long coats on and shit like this.
Are they breathing?
Yeah, you can see the condensation from their breath in the cold air on this cold Chicago winter night.
Oh, there's a nice lady over there that's going to bring some food. I'm helping her.
They look around. All right, I'm going to make a some sort of persuasion check. Belladonna, what do you do as you approach?
Hi guys.
They turn around.
What's happening here?
The fuck are you?
I'm Belladonna. I'm giving food to the people of this neighborhood. Here you go.
Goddamn food.
What do you mean?
What do you think this is?
What do you think this is?
Okay, you can make a persuasion check, essentially, whatever the fuck that is.
Charisma persuasion?
Charisma and persuasion, perfect. And I'll make one for Barry as well.
Just 2. Okay,
sadly, you don't have any persuasion dots, Barry, because you're a Nosferatu, and your charisma is quite shit as well. But yet you still had, oh my god, you rolled 1 dice and you got a 10. Okay, so between you, 2 and all right, these guys, they kind of back off a bit. Huh, you got food there. That smells good. One of these guys, yeah, thanks, lady.
It's okay.
You defuse the whole situation and they wander off with their food pack.
Hey, if you know anyone that needs food, come and see me, okay?
Well, I know a whole bunch of people need food. How about you
bring them over? I have a lot of food to give out to people.
All right, they pull out their phones and start texting.
Okay. I'm gonna like make sure that the family with the little girl gets some.
Okay.
And if they know any people.
And I get in the van and get on my knees and get the boxes and hand them out to Belladonna.
Right. So you guys are doing charity work on the streets of Chicago and
vampires.
Yeah.
Vampires.
We're vampires.
Well, look, if you guys have got any stains on your willpower right now, I think this is a good opportunity to remove one of them.
No, we've just started this.
Just started. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Not charity.
Charity. So you guys are doing this for about probably 45 minutes passes before this very nice black car pulls up next to you, and the window comes down, and this dude wearing this kind of black Stetson hat and a black suit with a black tie and a black shirt looks out, and you notice he's got like gold chains and stuff around his neck, and you can hear rap music playing from the back. He looks over at you guys, and he's got sunglasses on, and he says, what's going on down here? I heard there was people down here, some people come on down here handing out food on the street. Is that true? Is that true?
That's true. Would you like some? Could I please use beast sense? I think that's the one.
All right. What does sense do? Is that tell whether he's a vampire?
Sense the beast?
Right.
Yeah, it's to tell if he's supernatural. That includes if he's a vampire.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's work the system.
Okay. I hope this is right. Will this... Okay, I'll roll it, but I don't know. Okay. 3. So, resolve. +1. Well, it should be another... No, that's right.
10 and 2 sevens, I see.
Yeah,
that.
3 successes.
3 successes, okay. You would say he was some sort of supernatural creature. You would say that there indeed is a beast behind this personality.
I take it you don't need any.
He looks at you. Well, person.
If you have someone that you know, here you go.
He says, there's some people down on here kind of curious about what you're doing down here. This charity work that you're doing, you're just handing out food down the O Block for some reason.
Yep.
Is that for any particular reason that you're doing that? You working for someone?
No.
No. You're doing this all on your own lonesome. Isn't that interesting?
More people need to look after these guys.
Who are you
So
really
I'm doing my best.
Who are you really working for? Come on. I know that ain't the truth.
I am working on my own. I have my own business, but it's a small business.
Angela, stop the car. They turn the car off, and he gets out, and two other guys get out, and they walk around the side of the car, and they're wearing like leather jackets and backwards caps and sunglasses and jewelry and shit, and they're carrying.
Just in case, I'm gonna rouse some beasts. Rouse the blood. I'm gonna rouse the blood a couple of times.
Okay. In what
Was toughness and defy bane. So
this is in order
hungry.
to
Hungry. Okay. I'm a little bit more hungry. Just in case they decide to like punch me or kick me or anything.
Right.
I'm gonna obfuscate.
You're gonna obfuscate. So you just vanish, or what? Like directly
Yeah.
in front of them on the screen?
No. If they're not looking at me, I'll obfuscate. But if they are, I'll stay normal.
Okay. Well, you are kind of there handing out food and what have you.
Yeah, but
What you can do, what I will allow is you to make a stealth check, basically a dex and stealth check to step behind a lamppost where there's a car and just kind of disappear out of everyone's perception.
Yeah. Okay.
Which might be interesting. Okay. Okay, give me a second to figure that out. Here we go. Stealth, and it would be. That would be dex or wits in this case. Might be wits and stealth.
Okay.
Which is the same number of dice, actually, so it doesn't actually matter. Okay, well, you get 2 10s. And no hunger dice.
Was that a crit win or something?
Right, that's a very good critical win, I would suspect. So therefore, yeah, you disappear. You're obfuscated. You're invisible. They don't know where you've gone. They didn't even notice you disappear.
Okay.
You've just vanished. Some of the other guys that you were talking to, I mean, they got their food and they wandered off and they're texting and stuff and they're doing their thing. That was like 40 minutes ago. And you've been doing this for a while. Little girl has come and gone with her family, with her mom, and now these guys are here. And so this guy, he's looking at you, Belladonna. So you ain't working for nobody. You're doing this all on your lonesome.
Exactly.
Well, that is admirable. Admirable. Well, you planning to come back here sometime?
I'm sorry, what did you say? Am I planning back?
Planning to come back here in the future? Are you gonna
I'd love
do this
to.
a lot?
Well, I hope to, for as much as I can anyway. But I can't, for as much as I'd like to.
Thing is, these people, they kind of look up to my boss.
Who's your boss?
Well, that's not something I can talk about right now on the street. But I will say that they look up to my boss. And they, well, if you go around handing out all kinds of shit to them, they might think about changing their loyalty. And I'll just say that my boss is a paranoid fellow. He doesn't like people questioning him or concerning themselves with their loyalty and being put in a situation where they have to choose between him and somebody else. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I'm feeding them because they're hungry. and no one's looking after them. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand exactly what you're saying. What you're saying is you come down here like a motherfucking tourist handing out food one day, and who knows where the fuck you're going to be tomorrow, but you don't live here. You don't know the problems that these people have.
I want to get to know them.
Oh, well, maybe they don't want to get to know you.
Maybe they should. Maybe they'll find out I'm a delight.
Delectable, I'm sure. He smiles and notices he's got a couple of gold teeth.
I like your teeth.
Thank you very much. Well, let me think about this. You don't work for nobody, huh? You're here all by yourself. And this is your truck? This is your van?
Sure is.
Out of game, does it have the high priestess like plastered all over it, or is it just a hippie?
I don't think so. It's a hippie van. It's not like a company van or anything.
Yeah, pretty much. I would see it as a hippie van, definitely.
Okay, does it have a fancy number plate?
Does it have a number plate?
Oh, it should have a number plate.
It'll have a number plate. It's just whether or not it's like maybe Zora got you, you know, priestess or something, or some sort of something specific.
I don't know.
It would be a gift from Zora. I don't think you would buy it. Probably. I'm assuming that, but
I'm not sure. What would she want?
She would want to please you, so she'd want to get you something that you liked, but it would be a gift. So it might be like priestess or I don't know.
Maybe be like spring child or something.
It's a bit long.
Well, a bit long for New Zealand, but not long for America.
Well, that's true. They have longer.
And also they'll like get rid of, you get rid of a few letters and
take out all the vowels.
Yeah.
Throw in some numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well.
Or flower child.
Right, okay.
Or flower power.
Flower power.
Oh dear.
Flower power. And
it's taken.
It's a condensed version of flower power with a couple of numbers and letters changed and stuff. But yeah, it's a variation on flower power.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, flower power, he says, calling you that after the name of your van. Well, let me just say this. I don't care what you do here. It ain't none of my business. But my boss, he is almost certainly gonna object.
Who is your boss?
I'm afraid I can't tell you. It ain't.
Well, then how am I supposed to care? I don't feel anything towards this person with no face, no name. You've given me nothing. Okay. It could just be you saying stuff.
It could be just me saying stuff. That is true. It could be that. But I will tell you this: you down here in O Block. This is not some place you want to just come down and interfere in. The people here are very protective of their neighborhood. Very protective.
I don't see how feeding their neighborhood is going to be an issue.
You don't understand, huh? Okay, well, look, you see that building over there? You see the 7th floor?
I sure do.
Right now, there is a man wielding a sniper rifle and it is pointed at you. And not by my orders. I didn't say nothing. I don't give a damn. It ain't nothing to do with me. Now that man there is gonna shoot. He has been given orders to shoot strangers coming through here because they could be spies working for their enemies. These are paranoid motherfuckers. These are people taking PCP. They are on all kinds of drugs that are fucking with their brains. They are paranoid. They will kill you. They think you represent the man. They think you represent the law. They think you represent some other gang. And there's a lot of gangs here. And we've been messed with before. It wouldn't be the first time somebody came in here handing out some shit only to discover that it was laced with poison, only to discover that it was some kind of power play We don't know. We don't know nothing about that. We don't know what you're really up to. We do know that you're strangers, and we don't trust strangers. And we got rules here. And what the people here know for sure is that if they don't live by the rules, they will get killed.
Can I ask you something?
Of course you can.
What's the change? What do I have to do in order to make all this change? Because I am lost and I want to do something, but I don't know how. And I know there are a lot of corrupt cops out there. There's a lot of corrupt judges and everything's against you guys. What do I have to do to change it?
You think you can change it?
I don't know, but I can try.
Well, I guess the first thing you can do is you get the law off our backs. That'll be a start.
If I get the law off your backs. The thing is, the law still has to, the cops still have to do their job, but we can make it so that it's more of a community thing.
Come here right now. They come here only when they got to wheel a body out. We had 3 cops killed here in the last year. Killed, dead. From people like that up in that building there with a sniper rifle. This is real. This has happened.
I could take that person out.
You could, and they'll be replaced by tomorrow. Everybody here lives in fear of their lives. The only way out of here is to make money, and the only way to make money around here, there's 2 ways: rap and drugs.
I don't know a lot about both of those things.
Well, maybe what you should find is someone who can talk to these people that will accept. I don't know. You're looking for corrupt cops? I can help you with that.
We got to make them change. Because I look at the little children around here. They can't grow up with that.
While you're talking to this guy and you're speaking of little children, funnily enough, your friend, oh God, what was her name?
Marianne?
Marianne?
Hmm.
Marianne comes up on the other side of the street. She comes back again, and she's walking across the road with her 3-wheeled bike behind her, pulling it. She looks each way, and she waits for the bus to go past, and she comes across, and she comes up to you. Does she know your name?
Yep.
Yep.
I said I'm Belladonna from the High Priestess.
She goes, all right, well, in that case.
Although she also thinks I'm FBI under a different name. So.
Right. So as she approaches you, she says, hey, Belladonna from the High Priestess.
Hi.
She says, my mama asked me to come back and see if you got some more of that stuff, because we ain't got no sugar where we are right now. We run out.
Oh,
also,
sure.
my auntie is looking for, and she gives you some names of some things that they want.
Okay. You can take what you need.
And this guy walks over towards her, and he kneels down next to her, and she goes, hang on a second. Damn it, wrong list.
What?
She turns to you, she goes, do you know Uncle Monroe, huh?
Uncle Monroe.
Yeah, that's his name. Well, we call him Little Doc, actually.
Oh, that's cute.
But he's my uncle. He come around a few times, and he just lives up the road from here. And he bends down next to her, and he's like, you need to stop talking, Marianne. Definitely not to this lady. He goes, well, you don't know this lady? She helped us just yesterday. Oh yeah? How did that go down? He says, well, he goes, she's FBI. And he turns around to you and he's like, you FBI. That explains a whole shit bunch of stuff.
I'll just be like, I'm FBI. And I'm like winking.
You wink at him.
Yeah. Like, I'm not actually FBI. But...
Okay, you need to make some sort of persuasion check again.
Okay.
Charisma and persuasion.
Okay. So that is 3.
3 successes.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, he looks at you and he's like, seems to be thinking about this. You told Marianne that you were from the FBI.
Sorry, Marianne. I
Marianne,
also
this bitch ain't from the FBI. Look at this car. FBI don't drive around in hippie vans like this with, what does that even say on the back of that? What is that? Flower power?
flower power. It was a different time, okay?
You ain't from the FBI, lady. She ain't from the FBI.
I'm sorry, Marianne. I had to say that because I was afraid that you guys were gonna get hurt.
I thought you was some kind of superhero, like from the comic books.
I mean, I can be. You know what I could do.
Yeah, I do know. I saw what you. She
I'm
can
a
turn into a
superhero.
bat. She turned into a bat just yesterday. I saw it, and she's got red eyes. And this guy's
I
like,
didn't do the red eye thing.
you didn't do the red eye thing.
No, that was Sage.
That was Sage. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, you don't do
I didn't do the red eye,
Okay. She turned into a bat.
but did have 2 different color eyes. So yeah,
That's right. Yeah, it's a different color.
that's her natural form.
Well, he's like, okay, look.
Kids, huh?
Kids. You know what you should do? You should come down to our church. That's the place you need to do this shit. That's why you're gonna get accepted around here.
Okay. Now?
We're not open right now.
Oh.
Look,
Oh.
you got some kind of phone number or contact details I can get hold of you with?
I sure do. Here you go.
Pass it
My
over.
high priestess thing.
Okay, he says, well, I suppose you're wondering, as the girl says, my name is Marlon Monroe. They call me Little Doc around here.
Has Peter heard of Marlon Monroe?
Has Peter heard of Marlon Monroe? Great question. Let us do an intelligence and we need like a Chicago skill. We should just have so many dots in Chicago lore. In fact, it is in the book. So yeah, okay.
Streetwise?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Streetwise.
You could probably make that a specialty
Yeah, streetwise.
for something.
Yep, sounds like a plan. I'll be lenient on it right now because of the fact that we haven't set it up properly. Streetwise and intelligence. Here we go. Boof. A 10. Looks like 1 green success. Okay. Okay. You've heard of this guy.
Okay. What do I know?
You know that he owns a record label. He owns a bar. He is involved in various criminal activities around here and has definitely got ties to gangsters and stuff. But he also happens to be very active in the local church community. He protects a lot of people. He does actually give a shit about the people around here, but at the same time, being a kind of semi-rich gangster, he is also concerned with his own power, wealth, and money and fortune, and you know he's definitely not a saint. You think he's connected to probably Kevin Jackson's people?
Oh, in which case, if I know that, I will show myself up and I will go where we know Mr. Jackson, Marlon.
He turns
Kevin
around.
Jackson.
So when you don't just appear out of nowhere, right?
No, I
from behind.
find cover and
Move out from it.
Yeah.
Okay, and as you do that, the bodyguards turn and face you, and you can tell that they've got their weapons ready.
Yeah, I expect them to.
Okay.
No need to worry, gentlemen. Mr. Jackson will give us a pass.
Well, you know Mr. Jackson.
Personally, we saved some of his people last night.
That was you, huh?
That was us.
So you come in here last night, you did that job for Mr. Jackson,
Yep,
and you saw the streets, you saw the ghettos, you saw O Block, and you thought, you need to come back here and help some people.
that's right, and we need to make sure everything's clear of what was in that building, so it's safe for people.
Well. Ain't that a whole shit truck full of interesting? Okay, well, here's my card if you need me.
Anytime, my friend. Anytime.
This card with the
I pass him my.
The what?
It's got the name of a record label on it in gaudy gold writing. Yep. And you just said you're going to give him a card too?
Yeah, I'm going to give him a card, not as flash as this.
And all right, he says, well, I'll make sure you don't get interfered with for the rest of the night.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Honored to meet you, sir.
He goes, you know what? Before I go, I just want to try one of those tasty buns you got there.
Yeah, definitely. Can you actually eat it?
Just, what do you mean?
Nothing. Here you go. Amazing.
Just give the man a bun. Give the man a bun.
Okay. If you have humanity 10, you can eat
it. You're assuming he's a vampire.
Of course, because I have beast sense.
Right. You know that he's supernatural.
Right, so he's probably a ghoul or something.
Right. He's probably a ghoul.
Okay, yeah, take it.
Okay, so he takes and he bites. That is a tasty bun. I do like that.
That's good.
Then he wipes his face. Okay, we got to get out of here. And they get back in their car and they drive off.
He was really nice.
Yep, he was really nice. For a minute there, I thought he was going to split your skull, but you know.
Me too, but I don't think he would have been able to.
You do have a nice skull.
So the sniper's up there. I'll remember that for future reference. Okie dokie. Well, let's keep doing it.
All right. So you guys spend the night handing out food until you run out of food. It probably takes 2 hours to hand out all the food. People keep coming down. Eventually, you get to the point where you've run out and people are still turning up, and you have to start turning them away.
I'm sorry. I would always try and make sure everyone got at least one.
Right. One sort of.
Yeah. So like if they come up for a second time, I'm like, I'm sorry. Right. This person hasn't had one yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you eventually run out of stock, as it were, and what do you do after you've finished here?
I guess that's it. We'll thank everyone and head back. Am I gonna be able to do anything with Absynth?
Oh, with Absynth. What do you want to do with Absynth?
I want to bring her in.
Absynth. All right. Well, Absynth is at the club, the Green Fairy.
No, she's not, because the Green Fairy doesn't exist
so
until
working at the Succubus Club.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
you can bring Peter in.
Peter. Okay, Peter. You want to go?
Say we go our separate ways.
Okay.
Ways.
Although, like, what I had imagined was Absynth was working as a human at this point. Well, potentially a ghoul. I'm not sure.
What clan is she?
She'll be a Tremere.
She's gonna be a Tremere, right?
Tremere. Yeah.
A Tremere.
Yeah. Yeah, Tremere.
What's the basic core reason that she is embraced?
Okay, well, I have this idea. Well, her being is that her thing is that she's a poisoner, I suppose, a modern day poisoner, a toxicologist.
Okay.
Well, she's just left school she's like past that. She's done everything, but she's kind of she's trying to work to pay off her ex-boyfriend who was the one that originally paid for her tuition.
Right.
Her ex-boyfriend's a piece of shit though.
Right. Like the paying for the tuition.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So like I know you're probably wondering like why would the Tremere go for her? I mean she's studious. And the fact that I've seen a lot of the Tremere's abilities and they fit her so well.
Okay.
The corrosive vitae, the other one, I can't remember what it is. Bowel something.
Just speak to me in layman's terms, what they basically do.
Oh, okay. Well, one of the blood abilities corrodes metals.
Right.
The other one makes your blood poisonous. And the third one...
Can you do that on other people so that their blood can be poisonous as well, or does it only work on yourself?
You turn your blood into poison, and you can hurt vampires that way.
So you can create aggravated damage from your acid blood, basically.
Well, at least you can paralyze them.
Wow. Okay, that's impressive.
Yes. The fifth level is an aggressive poison to both mortal and kindred.
Right. And does it have to be ingested, or does it like?
Okay. Well, the original one, you can spit it at a person.
Right.
Or you can like feed them your blood.
Right.
Or it says here you can use its ichor to coat a bladed weapon. But you can't mix it into a drink. Although I like the idea that she's a poisoner so that she can make her own poisons. She can also tinker with the resonances.
Okay.
Because she's a toxicologist. So.
Right. So are you thinking along the lines of bringing her into the latest incarnation of Minerva's shield?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I think from the game that we had played before, she's already quite comfortable with Chicago. And I like the idea that she starts off here at this point, because then she's got somewhere to build up, and then eventually she'll get the Green Fairy and it will become her baby.
Who did we choose for her sire?
Garwood Marshall.
Garwood Marshall.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Which is perfect because she's at the Succubus Club.
She's working there as a mortal.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then you will have had to go through a lot of security checks and things to get that job and proven yourself in some way. What are you doing there? Are you a barman?
Yeah, I think a bartender is pretty good.
Okay.
Because it kind of matches up with her future.
Right.
Of still being at a bar. Then again, I mean, if you think that she'd be like a good blood doll, I mean, she's probably not really a good candidate for that.
What I'm thinking is that Brennan Thornhill, one of his staff recognizes your talent at bartending and mixing.
Mm-hmm.
And having recognized it brings you to his attention. So I mean, at first you're just another bartender. I mean, he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't even talk to you. You don't know. You barely even know who he is. Like somebody points at him and says, "That's the guy that owns this place," and you're like, "Oh wow!" And every time you go near him, he's just ignored you up until now.
Right.
Finally, one of the bartenders who is further up the chain, maybe one of the security people, in fact, brings you over to him. Maybe tonight, in fact, and you get taken upstairs for the first time. And we can say that Peter is hanging out upstairs, right?
Okay.
You're at the Succubus Club now, baby.
You're at the Succubus Club.
Yeah.
For some reason. In fact, maybe Khalid has sent you here just to listen in on the conversations and see if you find out any details. I mean, a lot of business goes down at the Succubus Club, and Nosferatu like to have somebody in there. They rotate through the different Nosferatus, and today's your day.
Okay. Yay. I love it.
Right. It's not too bad. I mean, you can get free drinks and shit here as well. You know, you get a lot of
Yeah.
free whatever
Yeah. All right.
Free whatever.
and music. You know, the Baby
Yeah.
Chorus is playing
Yeah.
tonight downstairs. So anyway, Brennan comes upstairs with this bartender, female bartender that you've not even noticed her before.
Black hair with green highlights.
Mm.
Green streaks.
Right, black hair with green streaks.
Yeah.
And Brennan sits her down and he says, "Okay, so you have come to my attention. My security man here has told me that you are a very talented bartender. That's right."
Oh, thank you. I can't believe I actually get your attention. I'm Absynth. It's nice to meet you. I reach my hand out.
He doesn't shake your hand. He says,
Okay.
"Excuse me, I don't like to be touched. Forgive me."
It's fine.
Nothing personal. He says, "So as you can see here, this is an exclusive VIP situation upstairs, and I'm
Yeah.
looking for a new bartender to impress my clientele. Um, I've been told that you know your stuff.
Yeah, I do.
Memorized the entire drinks list already in the last week.
Well, yeah, it's pretty easy, really.
I'm glad you think so.
And also, I like to drink a lot of it. So,
Well, if you're going to work upstairs here, the first rule is that you don't drink anything. You don't touch. You don't drink what is up here. You're going to learn some new mixes. You're going to learn some new substances.
right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The clients that work up here are not like the clients elsewhere. Now, they're going to be different in a number of ways. First of all, they may treat you differently. You give them anything they want as long as they pay for it. Or unless they have one of these, and he shows you a special VIP card. If they have one of these, they come in here, you give them anything they want. If they want something, you do it. If they want you to get on the floor and bark like a dog, you do it.
Right. Has that happened before? Is that a regular thing?
Doesn't matter. It could happen. Who knows?
Okay, right.
Now your pay is going to change. Okay. Now, what are you getting paid at the moment? I don't know. I haven't been talking to the accounts, but what is it, like $20 an hour or something like that?
A little over minimum wage.
Right. But that's going to change now. We're going to be looking at an entirely new scheme. You're going to be making probably something like $500 a night.
Okay. Yep.
You're going to need new clothes.
Right. Like sexier clothes or more formal. What?
Out of game, I mean, you look around, you can see there's a couple of bartenders there and so on. And I don't know. What do you think out of game? What do you think would work for her?
Well, I don't know because I'm not sure what his vision is.
Right.
Yeah. What is his vision? What does he see?
Goth club, so I think probably it's going to be, you know, up that alley.
Like latex?
Could be latex, or it could be leather. Could be kind of a little bondagey. But at the same time, it has to be functional, and you know, you're working. You're not a working girl. You're not a prostitute. You're not a dancer. You're a bartender. So you have to be presentable, business-like, and also you've got to be able to keep clean as well. So I guess latex would work because it would easily be able to get shit off it.
Like an officey bondage dominatrix or something. Office dominatrix.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense.
Okay, yeah. I'll just look at what the others are wearing and think I could do something similar.
There's probably even sort of certain guidelines that they follow, and you can talk to the other people that work here about, you know, how and where, and that will lead down the road to eventually discovering that in fact they're getting that stuff through some toreador's retainer's business that makes this stuff. You know, that would make sense in something like that. It might be through I don't know. I have to think of that.
Yeah.
In any case, so your pay rate is going to be exponentially increased. You're going to end up with this uniform. You're going to have your own security clearance to get in here, and you're going to meet. So you're going to meet a lot of new clients. starting tonight. If you want, I can introduce you to some of them.
Yeah, I'd love that. Thank you.
Very well. And so, looking around, he will take you over and introduce you to some vampires.
Not that I know that.
Not that you know that.
Bitey people.
Well, okay. So he takes you over to this fellow sitting at a table with a group of young men and women sitting around laughing and talking, and you can make a perception awareness and wits and awareness check, please.
Right. Not with her. Not with Belladonna.
Yeah. And Peter, you're learning all about the how this guy runs his club at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Just sitting minding my own business.
One each.
right. So that's
Actually, I'm lying. I'm not minding my own business. I'm minding his business and everybody else's.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Did I just do academics? I'm sorry.
Academics.
That's not what I wanted at all.
That is not what you wanted at all.
Oh. Okay, well, it's the same anyway.
All right, we'll go with it. I'm not too fast.
Okay.
He takes you to this table, and as I said, a few people sitting around. This guy in a very nice suit. He's got sort of short, curly hair, which looks just a little bit fake. And he says, "I want to introduce you to Mr. Neely." And Edward looks up. He's like, "Oh yeah, who's this?" He looks you up and down like you're a piece of meat.
I'm Absynth. It's nice to meet you. I'll extend my hand out, thinking that's the right thing to do.
And smiles and shakes your hand, and licks his lips for a moment. He says, Brandon says, no. All right, forgive me, Mr. Neely. Absynth here. I'm introducing you to her because she's going to be our new bar manager here eventually. She's in training right now, and I just wanted to introduce you to her because, if you come to our clientele, to our club, often you'll meet her many times, I suspect. And I thought perhaps it's an opportunity for you to get to know one another, at least match names and faces. Mr. Neely here is one of our very exclusive VIPs.
Oh, wow.
And he has complete access here. So if you see Mr. Neely, anything that he says goes.
Right, anything.
Pretty much. Mr. Neely says, well, to be fair, it's not too likely that I'm going to ask too much of you. I usually bring some of my own friends and contacts in, and we like to sit in the booth over there.
That's all right. If you need anything, just come up and see me, and I'll make sure it happens.
Sure. Neely takes out a business card and he gives it to you.
Oh, thank you.
He says, and if you're looking to purchase anything, I am the present, let's just say I'm on the board of directors at the Dali Plaza.
Right, okay, I've heard of that place.
I can get you all kinds
it's really
of
cool.
things if you need and so on, and if you have questions about business and so on. But I'm expecting you probably very busy with your work and so on. I don't want to keep you. Yes, says Brennan. I want to introduce you to some others as well. As you're scanning the room, you notice that there's this boy comes in with, a suit and a bow tie. This childlike figure comes in the room, and nobody bats an eyelid. Neely looks over and nods at him. Brennan says, okay, now before I introduce you to this fellow here, this young man is a very special young man, and as I say, this place is exclusive. Now listen very carefully. And he looks at you, and he dominates you.
Okay.
You will never speak about anything that occurs in this room to anyone outside of this room. Do you understand?
I will never speak to anyone about this room outside of this room.
That is
to
correct.
anyone.
Not a
I've
soul.
got it.
needs to ever know anything about what happens here, who comes here, why they're here, what is spoken in this room, any activity that goes on in this room, everything that anyone buys, this is entirely confidential. You must treat these clients with absolute confidentiality. Any breach of this confidentiality will result in immediate termination of your contract.
I understand.
He adds the word contract at the end of the sentence almost like an afterthought.
I'll repeat what he said. Yeah.
Very well. Now I'm going to introduce you to this young man. His name is Nikolai.
Hello, Nikolai. I'm Absynth.
Nikolai looks up to you and he smiles. It's very nice to meet you, Absynth.
It's nice to meet you.
I'm Nikolai Antonescu. And you are new here, are you not?
I am new here.
And you notice
Well,
thick European accent, Eastern European accent. And his kind of old dated clothes that look older than he is, but looks at things.
If there's anything you ever want, just let me know.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you very much. It's very good to know people I've discovered. And Brennan looks over at Nikolai and he says, so what is it again that you do, Mr. Antonescu? Perhaps you can explain to Absynth here what you're doing here in the club. And Nikolai looks back at him like, you bastard. He says, well, I am... He takes a moment as he makes up his lie to think about it. And then he says, I am something of a child protege. I've made my fortune, you see. I'm just very young, as you can see, but I have, let's just say, an insane amount of money and power that comes with that money. And that's how I'm here.
Well, you also sound like you have a mind that is well beyond your age.
Why, thank you, Absynth. And what an interesting name that is. I assume that's not your real name.
Oh no, my real name is Abigail Sinclair. But I like going by Absynth because it's, it kind of matches the vibe here.
I have to explain the reasons. They're very clear. I see. Well, that is good to know. Well, and he says, I do have business to attend to, so forgive me. And he walks over to this elevator at the back of the room with this cage door across the front of it. And he turns before he goes, he says, Brennan, my appointment time, is this good? And Brennan says, oh yes, Nikolai. Please, if you wish to use the labyrinth, it's available. And Nikolai smiles. He says, I will have some people sent up shortly then. If you will send them down, I will be ready for them in a few minutes. And Nikolai steps into the caged elevator and he waves to you as it goes down. All right.
The labyrinth. Oh,
yes. No, I'm getting my accents confused.
Right, Nikolai.
Okay. So Brennan, he's like, yes, we have, there is I will introduce you to the labyrinth in time. Not just yet, not tonight. You're still new here. You need to adjust to things a little bit before. But the labyrinth is a kind of facility that we have on offer to our clients. It's exclusive, even more exclusive than this room, the VIP room. There's that is like, it constitutes a kind of a third level of clientele. So you have the people. He begins to say a word that begins with M and then changes it to the people that are downstairs, they are the lowest level clientele, of course. They're off the street. They can come in. They do not require anything except to be over the age of 18 and to be, legal citizens, whatever. We try not to let too many, or if any, criminals in here. We do not abide that. Then we have the VIP room here, special guests only, those with these cards, which they need to purchase. These are not cheap. They require special credentials, and we will get into more of that in the future. And then finally, there are those that wish to hire the labyrinth, and they need to be close personal friends of mine before it's even possible.
And there's nothing that we can do to help service them while they're down there? Like if they want a drink, should we provide?
There is a different staff for the labyrinth.
Okay.
You won't need to concern yourselves with that.
So right.
That will be perhaps in the future when you've been here, you have established yourself as a member of the team. And then we can talk about that.
I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent, excellent. And this is actually a friend of Nikolai's, Mr. Marshall. And Garwood comes walking in. And I just need to check something about Garwood Marshall, which namely is whether or not he can awe you.
Why would he not have that ability, in my opinion?
Exactly.
He needs it.
If he can, he will. He will awe the fuck out of you. Garwood Marshall. Disciplines. He has a lot of humanity. Yep, he awes the fuck out of you.
Wow. Who's that? Sorry.
Smiling as he comes across the room. He goes, Marshall, Garwood Marshall, pleased to meet you. And Brennan, and this, of course, is this is going to be our new bar manager eventually. She's just in training right now. Oh, well, forgive me. I'm Mr. Marshall, and if I can help you in any way, you just reach right out.
No. If there's anything I can do to help you.
Well, you're in training, so
I'll do anything for you. Look at you.
You're too kind, too kind. You seem like a real sweet one, he says. But interesting. Hey, did you see Nikolai around here? He says to Brennan. Brennan says, yes, he is waiting for you downstairs. He will be just preparing. Why don't you take a few minutes and, in fact, if you like, why don't you take Absynth to the bar and see if she can make you some kind of concoction that you like or enjoy.
I can definitely get you anything you want. Anything. I can make these drinks that taste like magic.
Interesting proposition. Taste like magic, you say?
Tastes like magic.
Damn.
Like it'll sparkle on your tongue.
Sparkle on my tongue.
And Peter's thinking, what a choice of words.
What a choice of words.
Exactly.
Well, I'm not entirely sure that you know what I want or what I need or what I drink, but
why don't you enlighten me?
Why don't we just play devil's advocate here and try that out?
Okay.
So he takes you over to the bar, or do you take him over to the bar?
We'll wander over to the bar together.
Brennan kind of follows along, and Brennan leans into the present bartender.
What's this? I just imagine there's an area where there's like a warmer drink selection, like the Bloody Marys.
Right. Warm and red. Yeah, he leans over to the current bartender and he says something to the effect of just, she's new, she's in training, just step out of the way for a few minutes. And he nods and steps back and gets out of your way and lets you in behind the bar. So, says Brennan, not Brennan, Garwood.
Yeah.
Do you understand what goes on up here?
Well, yes, the VIPs. You guys have the cards. You're close to Brennan, and we will look after you better than the ones downstairs. And
Brennan, this she don't know shit, does she? You haven't not told her nothing. She is a complete fresh off the dance floor. Brennan smiles this kind of devious looking smile for a moment, and Garwood says to him, "I tell you what, Brennan, how about you let me enlighten your new friend here? That would give me pleasure. I'll pay you extra for that." Brennan says, "No need for that. But sure, if you wish. She needs to be broken in."
And my ears, Peter's ears go up, and
his ears prick up. Okay.
I'll produce this beautiful drink. It's like purple with like.
But what is it?
I have no idea because I don't know drinks.
Okay, but
it's probably an absinthe. It's probably an absinthe.
Okay, so
cocktail absinthe of some sort.
Oh, you're gonna be absinthe, all right?
Well, yeah, okay. And Garwood picks it up and he smells it and he examines it and he looks at the arrangement. Well, it's absinthe, so it's going to have a thing over the top of it with sugar on it.
Yeah.
Sugar in it.
But there's more than just sugar. There's magic.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. Honestly, I'm winging this. I'm not a mixologist.
At this point, you're still a human, so you don't have any powers.
It's more like power, what I think tastes amazing in a drink, and what I think would be really cool. Like, you know how those drinks have like the sort of merry, swirly, shimmery look to them?
Okay.
Could be something similar to that.
This is where we need my sister. She's a bartender.
I'll bring her in.
Garwood takes it, turns it around, and he examines it, but he does not drink it. He sniffs it. He looks at it very closely, and he's very curious about the arrangement. I don't know. Is it like a piece of mint in the side of it or something? Or, I don't know.
Well, I imagine Garwood. Yeah, I'm doing everything to impress Garwood. So I'm bringing out like the huge garnishes.
Okay, so
it's gonna look so pretty at the end of it.
Why don't we say you spend a willpower and a charisma and what's this going to be? This like
craft?
Craft, yeah, right.
Wow, okay. Okay, so
you rolled 2 10s, a 9, and a 7.
That would be 6 then.
And I made you spend a willpower because I didn't want you to fuck it up.
Well, I wasn't going to. That's the perfect roll.
All right, that's pretty awesome. Okay, so he's extremely impressed. Well, you sure impressed the shit pants off me with that. That is a hell of a drink. Sadly, I ain't gonna drink it. Do you know why?
Is there too much alcohol in there?
Because you don't know the answer. Okay, It ain't got nothing to do with the alcohol. He passes it back to you. He says, "I think you should drink it." Well, I explained to you a few things.
Am I allowed to drink on the job?
Brennan says, he kind of walks over you in the direction. He says, "Tonight, yes."
All right.
And Peter folds his arms and
I make a damn fine drink.
Okay, so you start. He says.
And Peter's thinking, yeah, you better enjoy that drink because that might be the last one you ever have.
He says, the thing is, people in this room, they are a little bit different to your average clientele. And it's not because they got money. It's not because they got power. It's not because they have sex appeal. It ain't because they're rich and famous. It ain't for any of them reasons at all. It's because we have vampires. And then he extends his fangs. And he looks at Brennan, and Brennan extends his fangs.
Okay, right.
You think this is a joke?
No, I just don't know what to do with this information.
Okay, well, you should just take another sip of that drink right there.
Yeah.
And if you need to throw up, You do it in a
Oh,
bucket.
I'm not gonna throw up. Not after this drink. It tastes delicious. I did a good job on this drink. Are you
So,
gonna kill me?
well, we haven't decided yet, but probably not.
Okay, good.
Only if you really fuck things up, and you'd have to fuck things up pretty bad for us to want to kill you.
Really don't want to do that right now.
Good.
I want you to like me.
Don't worry. You already made your way
okay.
up here. You're already in the VIP room. Brennan here, he's already chosen you to be his ball manager. So you already passed a whole bunch of tests. You're doing well. You can relax. Nobody's gonna drink you.
Okay.
You're not on the menu, at least not tonight.
Okay.
You have to fall pretty far from grace to find yourself on the menu around here.
Well, I'll work hard not to.
One place you don't want to find yourself is downstairs in the labyrinth. Okay?
Right. So I look at Brayden. Labyrinth bad.
He says, for you, right now, labyrinth is bad. You don't want to go to the labyrinth right now. Maybe in the future, perhaps there's an opportunity to work there. Some kind of scale, but not right now.
Do the others know that you guys are vampires?
Bartenders?
Yeah, the ones up here. Do they know?
Yes, everyone here has been vetted, and this has been all explained to them.
Okay.
All right. Now, out of game, I am out of time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave us here.
Oh my god, I love Absynth. I'm gonna play her next time.
Yeah, sure.
Because I'm having so much fun.
Excellent.
You know, you shouldn't have so many characters, you know.
Oh no, I brought in Absynth so that you can split up the party.
Right.
Splitting the party safely.
Right, so you can have different groups of characters.
Yeah. So you don't have to have so much. And
yeah.
Okay. Well, Peter's having a good time now.
I'm glad.
Equalizer. All right, guys, I'm off. You have a great night, okay?
Okay, goodbye.
See ya.